Hello, everybody. Welcome to Movie Madness and Entertainment. That's right. Hold on a second. I hear an echo. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm having some difficulties right here. Hold on a second. This is a great way to start off MMV. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay, sorry, guys. What's up, everybody? I am Dial. Yes, do not adjust your television sets. It is me. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing an echo. Hold on, guys. Why am I hear Okay, I don't know if you guys are hearing it on your end, but, like, there's, like, this major echo going on. I don't know what that is. Can you guys put a can you guys comment how's the audio? Hold on a minute. Okay. I guess we'll have to work with it for right now. If you guys can hear me in the chat, just, comment real quick if, the audio is working for you guys. If you guys can hear me okay. Very but anyway, I I did think I was gonna be by myself. Um, I don't know. I was hoping people would actually come in. Um, but today I actually wanted to take over MMB today because I actually saw some articles that I actually was really interested in talking about. Normally I don't really come in and host. But oh, I fixed it. Fixed the audio. I fixed it. Okay, we're all right, guys. Okay. So, but yeah, there's this one specific topic. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail, what we're about to talk about today. Um, yeah, this is not clickbait either. This is not is yeah. This is a topic I really did want to talk about. I just saw this being talked about today, and I'm like, you know what? I think this would be a good topic for panelists on the MME and myself to talk about. We'll see if anybody really shows up, but if not, I will take a lot of your time tonight. I'm hoping people will come in to discuss this with me because I think it'll be a very interesting topic to talk about. But anyway, for those of you who are tuning in, I appreciate you guys coming in. Hope you guys enjoy me. Don't worry, Max will be back doing his regular thing. We'll see if he wants to show up too. I don't know how busy he is today. But yeah, anyway, if it's just me, we're going to talk about this topic. All right, without further ado, let us get into this. All right, so I'm going to share an article that I saw today. This is going to be the main thing. It is about Man of Steel writer David Goyer opening his thoughts on them making Batman v Superman right after Man of Steel, and how he thought possibly it was a mistake. Uh oh. Oh, we got a guest. We ain't got the guest coming in. We have Perp. What's going on?
Me, little movie bro. What's Warrior saying? What's going on?
Good. You're going all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What's Goyer saying? What's he
Goyer
doing?
say? Well,
Dude,
let's find out.
Do Dark City 2, Goyer.
Dark City 2.
Let's get it.
my
Let's get that sequel,
All
Goyer.
I don't know if they're gonna do that.
No,
Well,
they're definitely not.
let's
That's
see how
why.
that
That's why
goes.
Perp has to ask.
All right. Oh, we got Aaron. What's up, man?
Hey, Aaron.
What's up? What a SmackDown deal.
Yeah. SmackDown
Skipping
was-
Rampage, huh?
I actually have Rampage playing in the background.
Oh,
right now.
I'm skipping it.
Why?
Yeah.
What
I know the
happened?
results.
What's the controversy?
We're about to find out. I'm about to share it with you. Here we go. Here we go. All right. You guys can see that all right?
No,
No.
not yet. You have to.
Yeah.
You
Not yet.
have to present it. Add to stage.
Hold on. Add to
I can see it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Y'all can see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
We will have we're gonna have some technical difficulty. We already had technical difficulties off the get-go because I had like an echo going on. So I'm letting the people out there know. I don't normally do this stuff. So I'm like,
Yeah.
but
It's gonna be like an indie stream. That's the way you have to
we're
picture
gonna figure it out. Anyway, indie stream. Exactly. So Man of Steel writer says it was crazy how WB and DC tried to build their own MCU. Reveals David Fincher's 2-hour Blade meeting. Okay, that's interesting. Let's read
What?
this thing. So I don't know. I guess they had like a David Fincher's 2-hour Blade meeting. I want to know what that is. Is it about the
Yeah.
MCU's Blade? But they're still making that movie? Okay.
Yeah, they're just.
But anyway,
for sure.
In a career spanning your we'll see. So
I think there's a delay, DL. I think there's a delay. I don't know if you hear it.
Is there a delay?
I felt like there was. Maybe not anymore. Okay, say hello, real quick now.
Hello.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of delay.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of delay.
Yeah, I noticed it too.
A little bit.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious, this is the perfect time to be having gosh darn it, man. Hopefully it'll fix itself, man. Like the first time
Yeah.
I tried to host MME, I'm starting to get technical problems. All right, we'll work it out. Who else came in? Oh, we got
It's
Anthony.
Anthony.
What is
Hey,
up,
what's
my
up?
guy? What's up? All right, let's continue with this article. All right, in a career-spanning interview on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, that's a very interesting title for a podcast. Man of Steel writer David S. Goyer agreed with host Joshua Horowitz that Warner Brothers should have developed a standalone Superman sequel with Henry Cavill instead of attempting to mount a cinematic universe with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The studio did so in order to compete with Marvel. And he says, and I quote, "I know the pressure we were getting from Warner Brothers, which was, we need our MCU. And I was like, let's not run before we walk. The other thing that was difficult at the time was there was the revolving door of executives at Warner Brothers and DC. Every 18 months, someone new would come in. We were just getting whiplash. Every new person was like, we're going to go bigger." Oh my gosh.
That stuff we
I
kind of knew.
remember I mean, yeah, we could see like, it crashing at the seams at the further we go into the DCEU with them just throwing
Yeah.
stuff at the wall and hoping something sticks.
Oh, wait to see how
But,
many
um,
movies.
Continues on.
Batgirl would have stuck.
Wait till how many movies they said they were in plan. How many movies they were planning with nothing really like written or anything. Like I had no
Zach
idea.
literally said multiple times that we was gonna get a Man of Steel sequel, but Warner Brothers wanted to make VVS because they failed to do it 20 years ago. Because remember, they tried to do one in the 2000s, a VVS movie a long time ago in the 2000s.
George Miller.
Yeah, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
George
so-
Miller with Justice League Mortal. That was it, right?
That
Yeah,
movie was
and,
happening.
and stuff like that. So like he's just
That
Warner Brothers
strike-
been trying to make.
And the strike, the strike from that year, from that decade, killed that movie.
Yeah,
Murdered it.
yeah. I would still love to see that movie into this day.
I don't know. I saw we saw pictures of the costumes. The costumes are pretty bad.
I think they probably would have fixed the costume in post production.
Yeah, I think if we actually saw a trailer, maybe in the context they would work a little better.
But I'm just saying. But if we got who we got for Batman,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
come on.
I
mean,
remember
yeah.
before the allegations.
Controversy?
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
Best Batman ever.
I don't know. I mean, before the controversy stuff, like I was an Army Hammer fan, so it's like I would have been, at the time, I would have been like, okay, let's
Like
get
he was a
you know,
good actor before all the stuff happened between him, and I would have loved to see Man of Uncle 2 if all the stuff didn't happen with him. So
People wanted him to do DC.
I liked him in
again.
Free
Like
Fire.
people wanted him to do DC.
Oh, he was
in
the
DC.
number one fan cast for Batman back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember.
They wanted. They wanted even after when they tried to do this whole plan for the DCU. People wanted DCU. They wanted him to be back as not as Batman, but like maybe as a Green Lantern.
Yeah, he was actually my fan cast for Hal Jordan for a minute.
Yeah, Hal Jordan, I think.
That would have been cool. But who knows what they would have done. I actually thought that was interesting that they would have started a DC universe with starting out with a Justice League movie. Like that's your first
Mortals
thing.
was supposed to be that, yeah.
Because Nolan didn't want no superheroes. They didn't want Wonder Woman, Batman. Wonder Woman and Superman in his universe.
It was strictly Batman universe.
Yeah, that's the reason why even Smallville tried to get Batman, but Nolan's like, nope, nobody could use Batman. I'm doing him right now.
In the Arrowverse, they mentioned Bruce Wayne, they mentioned Batman.
Yeah, they couldn't even get him. Yeah, they didn't even show him as well. So it's like.
But they did in the Crisis, Kevin Conroy's version.
Yeah, that was
not
cool
his, not from the animated series, but a version of.
Yeah, a version of Bruce Wayne that killed a lot of people. So it's very interesting that Warner Brothers they just been trying to make Batman versus Superman from the last 20 years. They got it in 2016. It's like, everything break loose. Well, you asked for it. You can't blame the director. The director gave you what you wanted 20 years later. So you asked for it. We wanted a Man of Steel sequel. You tell the director we want Batman versus Superman because Nolan was ending his Batman around 2012, 2013, I believe. I think that was the last Dark Knight Rises was 2013 , right?
It's 2013. Yeah.
No, it's 2012.
2012. Oh yeah, you're right.
The year of Avengers.
That was a good movie. It's just Warner Brothers been a mess ever since.
Yeah. And I don't know how much they were going to do with after Batman Begins, and then Superman Returns came out. Were they going to try and do a crossover before then too?
They could get the Arrowverse.
I don't think so. That was only fan stuff. I don't think producers even thought of doing anything close to what the MCU. You see, how they can't even get it together after one movie. It's like, okay, now we go to BVS, as Anthony said.
That's the reason why
all the times they came up with before, it was always them as a group from the beginning. No one's ever even thought of doing individual movies ever.
Even that,
and they can't even keep it together when they say, yeah, let's copy Marvel. They can't even keep it together.
No, you can't.
That's not a producer's mindset at all. What Kevin Feige is absolutely unprecedented.
Well, yeah. Look, they did have their studios now. They should have had a studio a decade ago. If you can plan all
they're building a studio in the UK with House of Dragon film, Lord of the Ring film, Harry Potter, all those movies. They're building the studios over there in London. So in the UK, so bro, that should have happened 10 years ago.
Disney gave Marvel their own studio, right?
They even give Marvel their own studio. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, so who knows? Let's continue this a little bit. He goes on to say, I remember at one point the person running Warner Brothers at the time had this release that pitched the next 20 movies over the next 10 years.
Hell no!
But none of them have been.
Marvel does that now.
Marvel. Well, they're planning ahead for the future.
They release 3 movies a year. Can you imagine?
3. Yeah.
If you do 10 years, 3 movies a year is 30.
20 movies, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You have to have a. You have to come. No. You have to come on, bro. That's ridiculous.
That's only 2 movies a year.
Is this worse than Anthem? Remember, you got gamers. Remember the Anthem game that they released a trailer and they didn't even have a game, and then they released pretty much just a demo.
I say 20 movies, 10 years could work. It's just a problem. You need a plan.
It just depends on it depends on the directors who you get
and the
stuff
blueprint.
like that.
Yeah, you need a plan and outline how to work that out, because we get this two DC and Marvel movies a year is pretty standard. We could live with that. It's just you need everything. Like, he's going to go in. Obviously, in the article, he's going to explain why that wouldn't work, because there's no plan for 20 movies for 10 years.
Exactly. Like, that wouldn't work. Like we saw it back when they announced that slate in 2016 with three Justice League, Green Lantern movie, Shazam, which that came out, Wonder Woman, which that came out, Aquaman, which that came out, and the Cyborg movie, and then what else? I forgot the other that was there.
There was supposed to be a New Gods. There's supposed to be a Trench, Nightwing,
Batgirl, like everything. Well, they filmed Batgirl, but that got axed.
No, there was supposed to be Josh Whedon.
Yeah, it was Josh Whedon. Oh, that's disgusting.
Rip.
And
so, like,
Nightwing was which McKay? Chris McKay?
Yeah, Chris McKay. He's a good director. That movie is dead.
Yeah,
that announced that like 2 months ago.
I wouldn't be surprised Nightwing's probably back on the table in the future.
Nightwing has to appear in Brave and the Bold. Like, he should. Yeah. Like, I don't see why we wouldn't.
Yeah, hopefully. So, that's pretty much the gist of what he said. So I lay this question out to you, gentlemen, and people in the chat. And
Raptors.
I can't, and Raptors, of course. Yeah, I can't wait to see the discourse. Well, no, let's have a civil debate out there. But like after, yeah, I'm about to open up old wounds. After seeing the quality that we've gotten of BVS and what that ended up, escalating with the DCU, do you think it was a good idea for them to do Batman v Superman right after Man of Steel?
No,
they shouldn't do the Batman standalone. They should not do Batman standalone. They should.
No, David Ayer confirmed, and he literally says, like, bro, like, why are you forcing us to do that movie? Like, why?
I'm gonna do the hot take. I'm gonna do the hot take and say yes, because so many people love Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition that it's like, I'm glad they have that movie, man, because that's a lot of people's favorite movie of all time, and that could only exist if they did it the way they did it. Unfortunately.
They cut down they cut down a lot of time for Batman review. It's like, oh well, it can't be 3 hours. Oh, we need this. Let's cut down.
But at the end of the day, it still came. The Ultimate Edition came out. So many people loved that movie. So I would say yes, that it was a good idea based on that, because they got a good movie out of it. A lot of people.
Zack Snyder said the Ultimate Edition made Warner Brothers a lot of money. It did,
which is good.
They made them a lot of money.
But it was not a turning point, obviously. Like, even the Ultimate Edition was not a turning point.
Yeah, do y'all believe if the Ultimate Edition came out the first time, would that have made the $1 billion standard that WB wanted?
It would have filled in some of the holes, but no.
Man, it might have done worse. It might have done worse because it doesn't have much time slots.
Yeah. I think it would have made an extra 100 million. It made 800 something, I believe, so extra 100 million.
And that's still
like 900 million.
That's still not very good. Yeah, that would still be below projections that Warner Brothers would want for that film.
The thing is, like, Warner Brothers, you were never gonna get $1 billion regardless. You would never. You never. Even Marvel's second movie didn't make billions. Like, come on, like, you don't.
No, we all got spoiled with that billion. Now everyone wants it. Every movie needs to be $1 billion or it's a failure, which is absolutely
some of these popular Marvel characters got $1 billion film.
Yeah, bro. Like, even the first Captain America didn't make $1 billion. The Hulk didn't make. Even Thor didn't. Like, to have the mindset that you need to make $1 billion after the first Avenger movie is ridiculous.
Yeah, like, you know what they're betting on? They're betting on Superman versus Batman. Two bigger. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Marvel people don't disagree. They're bigger than any Marvel character there is.
Oh no, there is. Yeah, for sure. There's no.
And they're betting on $1 billion from those just two characters alone. Wonder Woman to a certain degree, like, because she's very like.
But they spoiled that cameo for no reason. They spoiled the shit out of them trailers.
But there's a reason why. Let's be honest. There's a reason why they did Captain America 3 Civil War, and they had to get Spider-Man. You think Spider-Man was really in the works? But you know what? Batman versus Superman. Oh my God, those are the biggest two Marvel characters. Let's get the two biggest DC characters. Let's get the biggest Marvel character. Let's work out a deal with Sony. Let's get the biggest Marvel character in our Captain America film. You know?
That was shoehorned in. I don't care what anybody says. Like, that was. You
don't think they did that was competition? That was a competition tactic right there.
They're 100%.
I think they needed something big after Civil War. And they were looking for Spider-Man.
But they should. But to me,
it was also perfect too because they saw how the last movie did. It's like now's our chance. Get in there.
But the thing is, Spider-Man is big, but I don't think they really need Spider-Man in the film because I think the film would have done good regardless.
It would have done good, but I don't think, dude, it doesn't get that billion. Did Civil War make $1 billion? It did, right?
Yeah,
it did.
I don't think it makes that $1 billion without Spider-Man helping. Unfortunately,
everybody was hyped because of Spider-Man.
No, it's like the smartest thing to do too, because you're also setting up Black Panther to make its $1 billion too. You put Black Panther in the movie with Spider-Man.
It was setting up a lot of things, right?
It's like perfect. It's perfect way of doing everything.
It's one of the first films to set up the final phase, right, of the Infinity Saga. Setting up Black Panther, Captain Marvel came before Endgame. It was also there was Thor Ragnarok.
That made $1 billion.
Yeah. Doctor Strange was involved in there. Marvel was. Let's be honest. Marvel before that movie was doing very well. Really, not every movie made. 2013 was not. 2013 may not be a strong year for Marvel in terms of quality, but it didn't hurt it. 2014
because we got Thor 2 at that time.
Yeah, 2014 was a great year for Marvel.
Iron Man 3.
That made $1 billion.
I don't know how that made $1 billion. Well, actually, I know exactly why. Because
I know why. Because
right before then.
exactly, DL.
2014 was like a banner year for Marvel. That had Winter Soldier and Guardians. That's it.
Yes.
Those are the two. That's all you need. And forever,
nobody knew who the fuck what the Guardian was. Even and I made a ton of money at that time. Like nobody.
And because James.
No, and I remember the Winter Soldier. I remember the Winter Soldier trailer. Was, in my opinion, wasn't good. I was like, oh man, this doesn't look good. I remember and that's like my favorite Marvel movie now too. But I remember the trailer just didn't do it for me. Same with the Iron Man 3. Like all those trailers were kind of off. Even the Civil War until Ragnarok. Yeah. That's when they got their trailers like on lock, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is awesome."
Wait. To be honest, you didn't like great trailers.
I didn't like the Homecoming. I didn't like the Spider-Man trailer. I didn't like
DC does
which one?
Good trailers.
You didn't like Iron Man 3's trailer.
No, I didn't like Iron Man 3.
You didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy's trailer.
That one is an exception. Yes, I did like that.
Age of Ultron.
No. Did not like that trailer. I haven't liked Marvel. I generally did not start liking Marvel trailers until Ragnarok. Or I guess Guardians, but that was a fluke in my opinion.
Ultron was such a waste of the villain. The Age of Ultron. What was he? He was like the top of the world for like a week.
I mean,
Age of what?
What we ended up getting, that was another story. But like those trailers, like I don't know. For me, those trailers tricked me into thinking, oh, this is the Empire.
They were DC because DC pulls off.
For Age of Ultron.
Yeah, like and before we even got Thanos, I look at these trailers. I'm like, these trailers are awesome. This looks like it's going to be badass. And then
the thing about DC, their trailers are always great.
Yeah, their trailers are amazing.
But when it comes to the movies, couple movies, I like the VVS trailer. That was great.
Except for Ninja Turtle, Doomsday.
Ninja Turtle.
No, their Suicide Squad trailer deserves an Academy Award.
No, that Suicide Squad.
Honestly,
that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
With the Queen song, oh my God.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
It's so good. We're gonna edit the movie to be just like that.
Typical Warner Brothers afraid.
ACGH.
Like the reason why they changed it, they're like, oh, let's make it Deadpool. Like, why? Why do you have to think of the minds? Oh, let's make Suicide Squad, the first one.
Yeah, not only that, let's make a Deadpool out of the guy with a movie from the guy that did Training Day and does all those hardcore fucking street crime movies.
Come on, that's dumb.
Who? Look, I'm not the biggest David Ayer fan. Here's my hot take. I'm not the biggest David Ayer fan, and I was really confused why they got him to do Suicide Squad. I'm sure if his Ayer cut comes out, I'm sure it'll be better than the horribly edited trailer version that we've gotten, but just like it doesn't seem like his style would fit for a Suicide Squad. I don't know, but that goes back into.
It depends. I think they were trying to do like a real crime thing. That's why you get the crime guy to do a crime movie. You know,
if you
with
see
the Joker and the
if you
underground world.
I
could see it. I could see like he's trying to do like an underground world of these criminals and all that. I could sort of see flashes of that. Like even when Joker's talking to Common, I'm like, all right, that's fucking.
Well, you see.
Oh, sorry for cursing.
You see.
Don't Max the channel demonetize again.
Yeah, my bad.
You see, in the Comic-Con trailer, the one we got, that was David Ayer written. You could tell the way that trailer beautifully flows. And then when you see the movies, like, come on, Jeff Johns Jeff Johns took over rewrites. Like, come on, bro. Like, why, bro?
Like what?
They made
Okay.
Trench a villain. That's what they did.
Okay, Jesus, why if we get these super powered beings to face the Suicide Squad, man? This makes no freaking sense.
What would be really interesting if it's not a comedy, what did he do with the Harley Quinn character? You know,
well,
if she's not gonna be, because she had a lot of cringy ass lines. I'm assuming that's not him.
No,
like
that's
the
not
Harley
him.
Quinn, nice to
hoping
meet you.
that's- I'm hoping that's not. Yeah, her dialogue was terrible.
Yeah, she was
like
really
those
bad.
rewrites, like whoever rewrote that whole movie, that's a couple of them.
Oh, I guess they could do the
better.
abuse. They could do they could make it like she's trying to be funny, but she's getting abused, so it's kind of sad, I guess, by the Joker. Because I know he wanted a darker relationship
Appreciate
between,
you being here, dark.
or he had a.
It was too dark.
dark,
It was too dark, and Warner Brothers didn't like it. Like, I'm
and you know what's crazy? That movie is
he probably
literally
hit her like
Joker's supposed to be the villain, right? I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
and the abusive relationship with Harley Quinn. That's what
I'm
David
sorry.
Ayer was talking
yeah,
about.
and she's like all psychologically like messed up, so she likes it, and she's like laughing, and it's like that could be really dark and cool. And
yeah, that's what David Ayer was going to. Then Warner Brothers.
I think they're.
And we got Love Your Perfume. What is that? The Stench of Death? I'm like, God.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
I think they saw the stuff that he
This is
put in,
Katana.
like,
My favorite was Slipknot. Slipknot was hilarious. This man could climb anything. I was like, dude, I can't believe they're gonna send that guy to fight Superman one day. Get the F out of here, bro.
Okay. I don't think that was Warner Brothers. I think that was Margot Robbie.
What?
Well, Margot
I think it's just some of
improving. Stop improving. It's not.
I don't think she has the name yet.
Oh yeah, she does not like that. She does not. You could tell from her interviews that she's not a fan of the haircut.
Yeah, because
probably because she's getting slapped around and having to like laugh and stuff.
It's because she doesn't want to see Harley being abused by the Joker.
Yeah.
That's why.
So I think
that's what happens in the comics.
Have you read a comic?
No, not only that, I think that also gives impact to her sequel, Birds of Prey, when she is free of Joker and she's trying to find her own way. So it's like it kind of would fit a little bit.
Yeah,
it would.
No, you're right. You're right about that. But it's just like you're an actress, Margot.
Yeah.
You do different roles.
It would benefit her movie, like the one that
benefit her. Yeah.
Not only that, dude. Imagine if you could do that with the Barbie hype. If they released the Ayer cut with the new Suicide Squad. The Harley Quinn edition, whatever, to co-sign with this Barbie stuff going on right now. She could be like doing all that, making 10 times more.
That would have been. It's like holy shit, Margot.
I don't know. I'm just saying some of the scenes. Some of the scenes in the Suicide Squad, whether it's we didn't see the haircut or not the haircut, she didn't look comfortable with Jared Leto. Some scenes.
Yeah, I don't think she.
I know that's Harley Quinn in the Joker relationship is not supposed to be comfortable with, but that seemed more like an actress and an actor kind of. Not be comfortable with each other.
I never truly believed she was truly comfortable with the role either. I liked Birds of Prey, and I think she did phenomenally better than in Suicide Squad. But there were some moments where it's like, she's a little off. Like it feels like she's not fully into it. So I never, and this is my perspective, a fan, someone that's watching these movies. I feel like she doesn't really, really love the character a lot. She doesn't do the voices for anything else. She could have really been like she could have been the Harley Quinn, the go-to, but she seems to shy away from that, just doing the movies and that's it.
She was trying to do the accent though.
What's crazy?
No, I'm saying like she could do the voices in the animated stuff, like she could have really been the staple of being the voice of Harley Quinn, because that's such a great, awesome character.
She is, because she's the first live action version.
Yeah, but I feel like she didn't love the role. Like she didn't do everything.
She could have done better to encapsulate the role. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something missing there. I think that Barbie's her thing now, so I look forward to it. I guess Gaga's what we got next.
Get a Barbie franchise now.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna come back for James Gunn. Even James.
You think?
Yeah, she's gonna come back. They're probably gonna pay like $10 million. Something like that.
She has to. She's like the new Will Smith now.
There's gonna be a new Will Smith.
She's the new Will Smith.
Joker though. There should be a new Joker.
You know how Will Smith carried the first Suicide Squad? She's gonna be like the one carrying the next one for sure.
There's gonna be a new Joker.
She couldn't even carry James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
She wasn't supposed to. I don't think she was supposed to.
No, that was more supposed to be.
It was her thing. Was literally the B story. I don't think she was supposed to carry it. She was stuck with
it was supposed to be this whole squad story.
But this new one, she will be like the Will Smith.
And then like the Birds of Prey. I mean, I'm not even a big fan of Birds of Prey. That's a movie that shouldn't have been made. But the Birds of Prey was
good in Birds of Prey.
Was like,
I love it.
Yeah, there were moments where Birds of Prey was upstaging Harley at times, but with the little times that they have in the movie. But to bring it all back to BVS.
Yeah,
I'm of two minds. Of this. For one thing, I agree with Goyer that I don't think they should have done BVS right after, because, well, for one thing, yes. I mean, the thing I hear all the time is that it's Batman and Superman on the same screen for the first time. Like, they should be able to make $1 billion in their sleep. And I'm like, no. First of all, they're already like fighting an uphill battle because The Dark Knight Rises came out not too long before.
You mean the Doodoo Rises?
Yeah, that made money.
Didn't Civil War literally come out like a week before too? Like
Civil War came out like a couple months after.
Yeah. A couple months after. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
And so
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so you're already telling the audience that we need to get used to this new Batman when we've spent years, seeing that Christian Bale was our Batman. Like,
4 years gap between Bale and Ben Affleck. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it was Batman 15 years.
I mean, because Batman Begins was 2005.
He was Batman for 8 years or 7 years. 7 years.
No, it's literally dude. They literally did the same thing Marvel did. That's why they expected it, because Marvel did it with Spider-Man and it worked.
Yeah.
It was literally 2012 was it was 2014. It was later. Nolan finished 2012.
Yeah.
They expected it to work. Yeah, no, they.
I guess so, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
I guess so. I think it's different though, because before Christian Bale, we had Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, and a lot of people did not like those versions of Batman. And then Batman Begins came out and put a new, breathed new life into the Batman franchise. So, and
the Dark Knight.
Yeah, at least like with Tobey Maguire and even Andrew Garfield, they were still Spider-Man that were somewhat more beloved than I would say more beloved than Tom Holland, because they're, you depending on who you ask. Like, Tom's the better Spider-Man. Toby's the better Spider-Man. It depends on what generation you do. But anyway, but that's not even like the biggest issue though. That's just adding to the issue that we have. Like, as much as I love Man of Steel, you guys know I will say it forever that Man of Steel is one of my favorite superhero movies. It's my favorite.
It's in my top 10 superhero movies ever.
Are you gonna say it should never have been done? Oh my god.
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
that's where we were going. I don't know.
After Superman Returns, oh my god, that's
yeah, anything's better than that turd. But yes, we are in the D-Al-verse. Yes, we are. D-Al Madness.
The D-Al-verse.
Yes.
DME. No.
Want to know how we got these scars?
My gosh. Anyway.
No, you're the rapper. You give scars.
I give scars. Yeah.
Yes.
I scratch myself when I have an itch. I always get. That's how I got these scars.
How do you scratch yourself? You have tiny arms.
No, I do the dog thing with my little leg and the big hook nail. I do the dog thing.
Yeah, that's how you get those scars.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but anyway, as much as I love Man of Steel, first of all, that movie came out and it was divided. Like, I'm not gonna try and pretend that it's not. Like, it is mixed at best.
Yep. I was a hater. Yeah. I was a hater. I grew to like it after a while. Actually, I grew to like it through debates. Actually, a lot of people were explaining stuff. I was like, no, this makes sense because of that. I was like, you know what? Yeah. And then I rewatched it. I was like, you know what? I think it's pretty good. But I used to be a hater.
The people want, the Christopher Donner.
Reeve.
Please, Christopher Reeve. Let that go, bro. Let that go. We not know Superman anymore, bro. Love Christopher Reeve. He's an amazing actor. God rest his soul. But like, come on. Like, they give you that with Superman Returns. That fell at the box office. Brandon Routh was great as Superman, But you brought up, what was it? Who was the director of that? I think he did. I forgot. He did X-Men.
Brian Singer.
Brian Singer.
Yeah, Brian Singer. Yeah,
Brian
like,
Pool Party Singer.
Yeah, the party guy.
I think Jarbo is right. That Superman is actually a hard character to write in this modern
in live
time.
action. Yeah.
And I think Todd McFarlane is he does not like Superman either because he finds Superman kind of a boring character too. Like, see, Superman.
Okay, we're gonna
stop that
right now. We're gonna stop that narrative right now. I don't care.
He likes flawed characters. I just say Todd McFarlane likes flawed characters.
Okay. Like, seriously,
Superman's
I'm
flawed.
so tired.
Superman is trying to fit in. He can't fit in. He's trying to be human. He can never be human.
No, that's the problem. Yeah,
but at the same time, he's better than them too. So it's
that's the problem.
It's a weird psychological thing that it does to him. You know, that it could be interesting.
That's exactly the point some of them make.
That is just. I'm sorry. That just sounds like an excuse to me. It really does. Like, after seeing what they are able to do with an animated show with My Adventures of Superman on Max, that's how you make Superman relatable. It's not that hard. It's really.
It's not, bro. Like,
I could sort of see that, but at the very least, Superman should work as a side character because even if you don't like,
no,
yes,
I think one of the problems with Superman.
I said at the very least, I was like, at the very least, you could be able to.
I think the problem with Superman is
right. Like, that's a cool Superman.
I think the problem with Superman, some people make him out like he's too perfect. Nothing could go wrong with this guy. Like, he's like everything is perfect.
He's not the Hulk. He is not the Hulk. Please.
No, he's not. I'm just saying at the very least they should be able to do that. You know, if they're having trouble introducing, I'm just saying in general, and they're not doing this because they're obviously doing Superman Legacy. I'm just saying if they were having trouble with, like, okay, what is our angle with Superman? We can't quite figure him out. Having a Batman there could really help to sort of distinguish, okay, what's the angle? If he has to be completely opposed to Batman, the complete opposite of Batman, that's a way that they could sort of grow that character in another movie and then put him in his own movie once they find that destination, only because they had Batman there to sort of counter what his ideals would be, you know?
I mean, yes, I agree with you. However, I don't think that's something we need to go to immediately.
No, I'm just saying at the very least, if they're having trouble, at least give us that so we don't have a Superman every, like, 20 years, you know, where it's like, oh, we can't do it, it keeps falling apart, because Superman is a hard character. I will agree with that. I will agree with Jarvis with that. I don't think he's impossible, but he is kind of a hard character.
Batman sometimes, even though Batman does come out,
bro, Batman is like the most easiest character you could do in live action.
Yeah, you just gotta get your inner edgelord as a writer.
Batman does come out for his faults too. Batman does cause Superman's faults.
Yeah, like Batman is the most easy relatable character. Like,
Green Arrow's pretty relatable. I mean, like,
and Green Arrow as well.
What up, Chill?
The Flash is relatable. The Flash has superpowers, but he's pretty much.
Yeah, he does have superpowers. He's super fast.
A lot of people say, "Oh my God, Green Arrow and Batman are like the most relatable characters because they don't have power." So I'm like, you know what? I'll put Green Lantern up there too because he has a ring. His power
Hal Jordan is the normal guy. He's literally in the Air Force and stuff like that.
It's like.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to you just need to get somebody who really understands the character, but at the same time knows how to translate it to a modern sensibilities. And I really don't think it's that hard. Now, what I was about to say,
if you love the character, probably not. I think Gunn's going to do it because he loves the character, and Brightburn proves that. That man's making fan films over there, you know. So the minute he gets the rights, he's dying. He's dying to, like, who knows how many ideas he's had since a kid of what he wanted to do and how he shaped it in his head. I can't wait to see Legacy because of that, because he loves the character.
Yeah, but
he knows the Superman brand is kind of damaged. Even though the anime show right now is successful, but that's an anime show on the big screen.
Well, they only green light 2 seasons of that show. Yeah. We'll see if it get more seasons.
Yeah,
next Nikki or whatever come out.
Oh,
Goku. But like,
Goku's not relatable, man. Goku is not relatable.
No,
hold on a minute.
Oh no, anime. Run.
Yeah, you just triggered an anime fan right now.
I like it, man. But I like.
I mean, hey, you got a good grade. You got One Piece.
Yeah. He better go trade and spend time with his family. Like,
but I'm sorry, but Batman will take out Goku in 2 seconds.
that sounds like an opinion of someone who hasn't watched the show.
Batman took Green Lantern's ring, bro, while he was wearing it. How the hell? What? Like Batman could do
how
anything.
Jordan likes to talk.
I'm sorry. That is that silly stuff that Batman does where I'm like, I'm sorry, no.
You don't like that? I love that about Batman.
No, the because he's Batman. Crap.
Yeah,
Like
he's Batman.
no.
When he took the ring, and then he's like, and then Green Lantern goes, "I bet you won't do it again." He goes, "I won't unless I want to." Unless I want to. Like that. I was like, "Oh man, Batman's awesome."
Because Green Lantern was not paying attention, right?
Batman.
When Green Lantern was talking, Batman was just like, "Got it."
Like, what is going on right now? But what's up, Blue Jay? But yeah, what I was saying with Man of Steel is that, like, honestly, it feels like Man of Steel should have been like its own trilogy. Like, I don't even think I would have immediately put them in a cinematic universe. Like, they should have just had like they should have just had Superman have its own standalone like stories. Honestly, because like at first I was kind of weary about them just putting him into a cinematic universe because it feels like the world that they established, like it should have been its own thing because especially because it's Snyder's style as well, and after seeing
I think are you talking about Man of Steel? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying like it almost.
I think
would have its own 3 movies, their own standalone movies, and not worry about a cinematic universe just yet.
Yeah, I agree because I say that even Zach even say, we was gonna do 3 movies. It would have we would have got Man of Steel around probably 2014, 2015, or so, or 2016 maybe. Probably would have took them a long time to clear. So
do you think he would have done the handheld stuff in Man of Steel 2? Because he dropped that in BVS. Because he was super hand, and I like that. He did it like a doc style in Man of Steel. Like
in Man of Steel, there was
barely any composed shots. It was literally all handheld. Do you think he would have done that for the other ones?
I think he would have slowly transitioned out of it. We still probably would have seen a little bit, but he would slowly like.
You know what you do?
Yeah, so that by BVS it's like all.
But he was gonna. I mean, we know what was gonna happen. Like he was gonna work at the.
That's what I'm saying. Like the planet feels like its own thing.
The planet, the Hugo planet with Perry White and Lois Lane and stuff, and that was going to be the sequel. I think, and the villain was going to be.
I just don't like the idea.
Rainier.
I just don't like the idea.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of turning him evil.
Well,
because I like the justice stuff, but like
Zack Snyder loves that idea.
I mean, to be fair,
he loves it.
I don't like it.
But Zach does. He was going to do it. He got.
But like, if they are going to do that, though, if they were going to do that, though, they should have built that up.
Yeah, like, he would have been redeemed at the end, but I'm sure Zach loved the idea of a bad.
People don't want to see people.
He was playing with that all throughout.
When you're rebooting Superman,
literally, even with the themes of Man of Steel, it's like, can he go back? Like, what happens if he goes bad? Like, that's a theme. Like, he loved that idea, so I think he was.
Unfortunately, he didn't know how to get that from Justice storyline because.
What happens if your dad gives you shitty advice? Yeah,
I don't think he got this from the Justice storyline because the Justice came out the same year as that movie, Man of Steel. So, or maybe he did for BVS. Token for BVS because that came 3 years later. But
I mean,
I'm saying like if they were going to do Batman v Superman, we should have at the very least. Okay, look, I'm not saying we need to get individual movies for every Justice League member, but like I think we needed at least a Man of Steel 2 and a Batman movie before we did that.
Was that already confirmed? That
what's a perfect meeting between 2 Batman and Superman who did not like each other at first? The animated series in the 90s. When they meet for the first time.
Oh yeah, they didn't like each other. Right. Yeah, they were petty as fuck. They was petty. They didn't like each other at all.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect. And the Lois Lane stuff being
the Joker and Lex Luthor working together. Like that was
great.
I love that line. I love the line. Look, Anthony, guys, I love the lines like Joker's like, I'll kill Superman for you, and Luthor's like, you can't even take down a man in a bat suit. What makes you think
Halloween costume?
Yeah, the Halloween costume. Yeah,
Halloween costume, stuff like that.
Because every time Joker would go to jail, he would just escape, and no matter what, he would get locked up in Arkham and escape the next day. Like the thing is that that would have been. The thing is, we already know who was going to be the villain for Man of Steel. Zach already confirmed multiple times. Yeah, it was going to be Brainiac.
That's the rumor for Legacy.
Everyone wants Brainiac.
Yeah, it was gonna be Brainiac. He was gonna.
I'm not a fan of Superman, and all I hear is Brainiac.
And he was gonna bring the Phantom Zone in and stuff because Fiora got trapped in it. He already say this, and then Tuesday she got trapped, and they were gonna get out of that with Brainiac help. So that would have been great to see.
Why would she help Brainiac?
You know, you come on, like
Zod in the comics sided with Superman when he took on Brainiac at times. Because
well, he didn't say that she will help him, but
I don't think Zach
he
understands the
said,
fact. I don't think Zach will understand the fact that Fiora will probably side with Superman because you know what Brainiac does, right?
no, Zach didn't say that. I
Oh.
think he would. I think he didn't say that. I think he would. I think Pharrell would have helped.
Help me out,
Brainiac.
comic book fans. Didn't Zod side with Superman taking down Brainiac at times?
Yes, however, I'm
Yeah.
not too mad at that because like you remember in the animated series that Brainiac was like the computer system for Krypton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a computer system. Yeah, he knows
That
everything.
wasn't a thing in the comics. So it's like it really just depends how they tell the story, you know.
If they get the Brainiac from Krypton to show, look at him.
Or that too.
Brainiac, that was good makeup.
That was. And I'll say like with the Batman v Superman we've gotten, I know there's people out there that love this movie. Okay. And like I don't hate this. I don't hate it. I think it's fine. It's okay. Like there's some really good stuff in it, but like it was a mess. But
well, it was dark and gritty for all the wrong reasons, I feel.
I mean, honestly, and they shoved in too many things in that film. Like where everyone complained that Superman is not a relatable character, they didn't fully get it right for everyone the first time. So it's like we haven't really got the audience conditioned to the Superman that we have now.
Well,
and now you're just shoving them in this bigger story with Batman and Wonder Woman and the Justice League and all that stuff. Like half the people don't even like this version of Superman. So it's like why would people want to see a Justice
well, I would say
and then a Batman that is brand spanking new, that's not Christian Bale and that's killing people. So it's like how like I do like I said, I still agree with Goyer that like they shouldn't have rushed all of this. This really should.
Well, yeah, because like I mean I just came in, so I don't know about because I came in like 40 minutes in. So Man of Steel came out like a year after Avengers. And then it was, Marvel was like killing it at the time still, and Warner Brothers saw this and just was like, well, we have this Superman movie we got, build it up from there, basically. And then what you have is that it wasn't supposed to be that way. It was basically like, okay, let's just make a universe based on this one, which I like Man of Steel. I thought it was a great freaking movie. I thought it was awesome. I mean, BVS, it has its moments, but I don't watch it as much as the other DCEU movies. So
TJ, to make that work, you need a crisis event to make that work.
Yeah, I remember when I saw this teaser poster for Wonder Woman. I remember saying, "Damn, dude,
that's a great."
I can't imagine. Like if I didn't see Wonder Woman already in BVS and I saw this teaser poster for the first time and this is the first time I'm looking at her costume, I would have been like, holy shit, this
we know
$1 billion.
I'll say this.
I think we were robbed of like a lot of the magic of preparing for a Wonder Woman movie because that was a really good movie. Just seeing this teaser poster for the first, I was like, damn, I wish I never saw
Wonder Woman. Like we know Wonder Woman was amazing. And VVS, she was great.
She was good, but at the same time, I feel like we were kind of robbed a little bit because this teaser poster is so great and so beautiful. And
I will say this though,
honestly,
awesome.
yes,
that was the first time we saw it.
If BVS and Man of Steel and Suicide Squad hit, I think Wonder Woman would have possibly reached $1 billion.
See, I will say this though. See, if I put on my piece, I would say I just you were talking about how they were like kind of rushing it in. I kind of made like I just wrote this down like a phase 1 of the DCEU, whatever. So Man of Steel will be first, then you follow with Man of Steel 2. And I think Batman v Superman will be the third film because you're introducing Batman. I think introducing Batman without like a solo film will kind of work in a way. I just different story.
You could also be doing this Wonder Woman movie in between those Man of Steel movies because she takes place in a different time period and stuff. And you can still
be the Captain America, be Captain America,
all that stuff. Yeah, and it's supposed to be hidden anyway. It's supposed to be hidden anyway, so Man of Steel wouldn't be affected because
so Wonder Woman. So and then I think I mean it kind of depends. Like either Suicide Squad or Wonder Woman would be next, and then Justice League. So,
and then you do Batman because then you have that break between the Nolan Batman, and the new Batman. So you have Wonder Woman and Superman as that break. You give those,
and then you get like phase 2. Then
finish the Trinity. Then
yeah,
you
like
complete the
you know,
Trinity.
what if you get like a phase
I would do a
two and all that
Trinity
stuff?
movie. All
You know, if
three
you
of
get
them
like
and call it the DC Trinity or something Trinity movie.
Yeah, you know, if you get like a phase 2 and all, like you can still have Aquaman.
Just calling it
you can
Justice
still
League
have,
Trinity would have been awesome.
You can still
Yeah,
have
exactly.
Shazam. You can still have, but you can get like Ben Affleck's Batman. It's just like, you know, something like it's a what if stuff. But I mean, I'm okay with what we had now. I mean, I still like those movies that we got.
Yeah,
So
people like them. Yeah. We still got the greatest. BVS is still the greatest superhero fight ever with that Batman warehouse fight, in my opinion.
Oh no, the fight
Like,
scenes is gorgeous in that movie.
like, that's still my favorite superhero action scene to this day.
Personally,
and I'm not a lover of that movie.
If you're talking to me, like I mean, I mostly like the DCEU films post the 2017 film because I watched them more. So that's just me. You know, I still think the first Wonder Woman is the best DCEU movie of them all. It's my favorite movie.
I think a lot of people share that opinion as well. I think Wonder Woman is it's a very fun movie. I think it's a
third
act.
Because Zack Snyder Ghost directed it. That's why.
Yes. Yeah.
Ghost directed
Turn to
it.
Injustice.
I thought,
but
everything was good about Wonder Woman until like Ares. Like to me, Ares was not done.
Oh,
well.
that's another Jeff Jones reshoots right there.
Yeah, that was.
You know the way that he looks, like, come on, bro.
Yeah, not great. But yeah, it's like
I knew
Land
David Wallace was Ares from the start. I knew he was Ares from the start because they kind of gave it away, like the Jack Houston character.
I mean, the minute you cast that guy, actor, you're like, yeah, okay, that guy's a bad guy. He's a good actor, and he shows up in.
It was a red herring, right? It was a red herring. They wanted to make you think the Jack Houston character was Ares, but you knew it wasn't him.
Yeah, honestly, if they were going to do a Batman and Superman thing and like not do a Batman movie before it, I would have completely cut out Doomsday. I'm cutting out the Nightmare stuff. I'm cutting out Wonder Woman.
No, put the Nightmare as the end credit sequence. It would be the most after credit sequence, most epic after credit sequence ever. The most epic after credit sequence ever. Move it. Just move it to the end scene, and then you don't have to address it until later, way later.
Here's the thing about BVS. When Bruce is dreaming, right, and he saw the Flash come out, and
it's similar to Iron Man.
That doesn't work like that.
It's
the guy's coming back
Iron
in time,
Man,
warning Bruce. He should not be sleeping. It's not a dream.
I would get rid of the dream aspect and just cut after credit sequence. You just cut to Batman opening the door to the apocalypse, and you're just like, "What the hell?" You're gonna find out way later. You find out way later.
That dream sequence makes no sense. That's not a dream. That's not.
It depends. To me, that's a dream. If you just wake up, if you like sleep for a couple of seconds, you know.
So
no, but if you guys going back in time.
Yeah, was Flash a dream? He was treating it like Flash was a dream.
I mean, that's something that the Flash would do, though. Like find Lois or something. I forgot what he's saying in that line.
Lois is the key.
Lois is the key.
Lois is the key. Yeah, she's the key to everything.
Maybe he had something planned out with Dream Logic or something. Maybe he had like a mutant or something that went through dreams in time. Who knows? Who knows what he had planned?
Anthony, you're right, but this is like Matt Reeves wants to make that's Batman for you though. Matt Reeves wants to make the Batman is very he's traumatized, right? And he's very and a lot of people
there's no Bruce Wayne, there's only Batman.
Yeah.
That's the Batman.
You're right, Anthony, you're 100% right.
Straight. Yeah.
And that works with especially Paris's Batman. It kind of works with some of the other incarnations of Batman we know. He's obsessed with being Batman more than Bruce Wayne, and obviously in that film, since suffering trauma, he's been dealing with a long time. He's reclusive, he's hurt, he's all of that. That film was about him opening up more, learning about him that it's okay to be vulnerable, stuff like that. Because Batman, he doesn't want to be vulnerable because he's afraid of the pain. And the Alfred scene, let's be honest, one of the best scenes in all the comic book movies that brought people together was the Alfred scene in Robert Pattinson's Batman in the hospital. Because that's one of the best scenes that I've ever seen in comic book movies. Not a fight action scene, but one of the scenes that brought them closer together because he was pushing him away. But there was a reason why he was pushing him away, right? Because he's afraid if something happens to him, you're not able to handle it. And something did happen to him. He opened up to Alfred. And that's Bruce Wayne, man. That's Bruce, and you see it. I'll give you another example. You remember if you played Arkham Origins? You remember that one scene where Alfred is afraid of Bruce going out at night to capture Bane because Bane was not throwing the loose, and Alfred's like, "I can't let you go out there. You know, I don't want to lose you too," and stuff like. And Bruce is like mad, pissed off at him, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because Alfred, just be honest, like, Bruce made a promise to his parents that he'll fight vengeance, he'll fight the crime and all that, do all that. But Alfred also made a promise to his parents that he'll protect Bruce, right? He doesn't want to lose Bruce because he sees Bruce as a son. And you remember later on, Bane finds out who Batman is, and his butler, Alfred, his butler, he, basically kills Alfred. And you saw how Bruce reacted to that. And remember, he tried everything. And remember, there's a point of doubt where Bruce thinks he couldn't save anybody, the city, or anything like that. That's Bruce. That's Bruce in a nutshell, man. And that's what I like about the Matt Reeves Batman right now. And as you can see, as the film goes on, he talks with Alfred, learns Alfred's problems, Selina's problems, the city's problems. And it's about him.
Although he did kill people.
What?
Yeah, in the highway scene with the trucks.
Oh,
Dude,
good point.
Every live action Batman is killed people.
Some people don't want to admit it. That's the thing. If you say that on Twitter, people will go crazy. He didn't kill people. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Every live action Batman.
If he didn't kill people, then he let Penguin kill people, and then he let Penguin go. Then he let Penguin go. And Penguin spoke to him in Spanish, and that was enough.
Guys, there technically. Well, but if Penguin did kill people in the highway, they could have arrested him because there was Gordon.
Yeah, he should be locked up. He should be locked up in Arkham right now. Don't know how he is, but hey, we getting his TV show, so sometimes.
Yes, Adam West killed people because remember in his movie he punched people. Okay, actually it's weird because I have to explain. So in that movie, there was this whole plan where Joker, Catwoman, Riddler, and Penguin were taking all the world leaders and vaporizing them and turning them into powder. And so they first experimented with that with their minions. They turned them into powder, and then Penguin had this whole elaborate plan to trick Batman and Robin to go in. No, there was one scene where Penguin was disguising himself as a Commodore Schmidlab, like a sailor or something like that. And for some reason, Batman and Robin didn't know that was the Penguin, even though they knew. Oh, okay. They knew. They were playing along with it.
Yeah.
And so Penguin had this whole elaborate plan.
Honestly,
hold on. Before you say something,
is this Nolan's Batman Begins? What are we talking about?
No.
Adam West Batman.
I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about.
It's Adam West Batman movie for people that don't know. So Penguin had this whole plan because he had a whole bunch of powder of his minions that they experimented their machine on because they're vaporizing people and turned them into powder. I'm not joking. Go watch the Adam West.
Yes, he's right.
Yeah, but they rehydrated, brought them back.
They rehydrated them. Yes, but then when Batman and Robin started punching them, they vaporized them into nothing. So yes, he killed people.
I'm really glad. Damn, that was a big explanation.
I know.
You should have just said he turned people to powder, and we would have bought it. But it's Adam West.
I had to put in context for people to be like, wait, what do you mean he punched?
I love how no one in this panel is buying the "I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you." It's like, nah, you killed him.
No, you killed him.
You killed him. No one's buying that.
That was second-degree murder.
The whole Batman not killing people and killing people argument is so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I'm like, why are you guys getting hung? Why are you guys getting upset over that stuff? I'm like, it's freaking Batman. He kicks ass. I don't care if he kills people or not.
I guarantee.
I don't care either.
Listen,
it's a little logic breaking if he's working with the police and doing.
Yeah, it's a little logic breaking.
It's a little logic breaking. I don't think if they're killing people, police are going to be having a signal out there and shit like that. That's what Nolan put the realism in there, and it messed everyone up.
At the very least, a guy can pretend. I can play Arkham. I can pretend I can throw people out the window and stuff. And
oh yeah, he's killed people in Arkham, bro. So one of those guys hit like their head hit the pavement and they're dead.
Oh no, every video game Batman they kill
hard
people as well.
You're gonna pretend the police don't kill people? Like, come on now.
Yeah, that's but I think there would be an outcry. Like Nolan messed me up. There'd be an outcry. The DA, I know about politics now and all this crap. The mayor would get like all this crap. Yeah, I don't think they could do that anymore. Like that has to be addressed. Well, I guess it doesn't anymore because he still does it. Well, no, because he did it in freaking the Batman.
I guarantee whoever becomes Andy Machete Batman for Raven the Bull, he's gonna kill as well.
Oh, you know what? What? His Batman didn't kill.
The first act.
Michael Keaton's Batman in the Flash didn't kill.
He killed the Kryptonian, didn't he? But I guess that's not a human.
He didn't kill any of the humans, the Russians.
Yeah.
No, he killed Kryptonian.
Well, I mean,
then if it's
it's a human. Technically, it's a human life. That should have been in Snyder's. That should have been Batman's excuse when it was like, hey, Batman. Like if let's say Batman didn't kill anyone for BVS, right? And then he sees Superman's destruction, and that's the first man he's gonna kill. And Alfred's like, no, man, like you're breaking your rule.
That's a great
and he's
story.
like, and then he goes, no, that's not a man, you know. And then slowly through his process, is him realizing Superman is a man, and I'm not gonna kill him because I don't kill men. I thought I was gonna kill an alien.
There's a reason.
That would have been pretty freaking cool.
There's a reason why he doesn't go down that road. It's for his own sanity.
Honestly, for Brave and the Bold, I don't think James Gunn wants the headache of like having a Batman that kills.
No, I don't think.
You know why?
I don't. Yeah, I do think. I
think James Gunn is going to be smart, and if that's going to be a thematic theme, that's going to be addressed. Where it's like, hey, Batman's killing people, we need to stop him.
I actually think that will be a thematic theme because Damian Wayne has no problem with killing people.
Yes,
he has no problem killing. He's a killer.
That's trained by the League of Assassins.
He's trained by the greatest assassin of all time, bro.
The difference between James Gunn and Zack Snyder, I think James Gunn is a little bit more true to the comic incarnations, tries to on the big screen. He tries to he's more true to that. I don't
know. I never read Guardians. How true was he to Guardians?
I don't know.
No, he was. It wasn't.
I think he's more. He knows more the obscure characters.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a deviation.
That's for sure.
It was a deviation.
It was different. It's different Guardians team in the comics as well.
Different visions.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, but
it's the same thing with comic writers. Different comic writers are going to bring their own thing to the character.
Yeah, they're going to bring their own sauce to the books. Yeah,
but he's going to keep the prince, James Gunn. I think I just say this. He knows. I think the difference between him, one of his other difference between him and Zach and him, he probably knows more obscure characters, both Marvel and DC, than Zach. Because look, how many of those characters in Suicide Squad, his Suicide movie, whatever, like Ratcatcher in a movie? Come on, Ratcatcher's like a Z-list villain.
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man.
That might have even been mandated by the studios. Like you're so good at Z characters, you have to do it. And like, all right, I'll do it. Who's the Ratcatcher one? Okay, I'll use that one. And he's that good, and he still did it.
That's why we're getting Creature Commandos and the Authority.
Yeah, animated. Yeah, I hope people realize that. People think people's gonna think, well, I think people's gonna watch Creature Commandos, but then when you put them in live action, that's what James Gunn say, you better explain how where were they in live action? Because I mean, yes, a lot of people watch animation, but not the general audience. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He might do it. You know how you do that? You do it like a James Bond, where you just get the team together in the opening, and then you get their dynamic that way. And
I'm sure James is gonna explain it. Like, this is how the Creature Commandos is in live action. How they, like he will explain it. He does a good job of explanation stuff in his movies.
You'd be a joke,
yeah. But
like, as much as I love Snyder, like he is one of my favorite filmmakers. But it's just like I don't feel like his style really should have worked for every DC character. Like he wanted to put his own metal, dark, gritty influence on all of it. I'm just like, it doesn't work for every character. It doesn't.
Someone call it.
But
you know what? It works for all the characters.
If you watch the Snyder cut, Batman was light. Like he's so. I mean, he's so hope. Like Superman gave Batman hope, and stuff like that. And so he was.
True.
I saw what I saw
yeah.
I love Snyder Cut. I love the Snyder Cut. I loved it way more than BVS. No, but I think that's what Snyder maybe do Man of Steel, and then maybe get some other directors to do the characters more or less how you guys like them, and then return Snyder for all of them together, and that's where you get the.
No, that's what was gonna happen
Snyder
originally
stuff, you know?
in 2016. They announced all these directors, right?
Yeah.
And they were going to do their own movie, their own version for the movie. And then once the Justice League come around, they were going to put it together and talk about it. Yeah, like that was the plan.
Because I love Snyder's style for that. I love maybe not the aspect ratio, but his like painting style was perfect for like the godlike thing he's trying to do with all these characters together. You know,
I think
that's because the Snyder Cut was 4x1.
Someone did call. Someone did describe like Zack Snyder's style as a edgelord masculinity. That's what they call it.
No. That's.
I think his style, honestly, for Snyder Cut specific, is I think it would be more like edgelord Renaissance painting.
That's what I mean. Honestly, I like Zack Snyder. I mean, I like Man of Steel. I mean, honestly. Do you really want a Zack Snyder influence Blue Beetle movie? I don't
think that's the thing. I think the only characters he should have been touching was the Trinity and maybe do Justice League. Everything else, I think people should have their own style because I love what James Wan. Yeah, I like what James Wan did with Aquaman. I like what David F. Sandberg did with Shazam. I like what they did with Blue Beetle, as you just said. Like,
well, that was going to happen. Like, Zack was not going to be involved with every.
Well, yeah, people want every DC character to be dark, right? There's some people that want every DC character to be dark.
Well,
I've said this before that, like, I think going forward, I hope James Gunn does this for his DCU. But I'm saying, like, for a cinematic universe to truly work, the best type of cinematic universe is when they have different tones. When they have different types of characters, everything should not feel the same.
Yes,
if you have some stuff that feels
same thing with dude. It's like you treat it like a movie. A movie has a variety of scenes. It's not just one big tone. Like it's like variety.
Like he knows. He worked with Kevin Feige. You know how to do it, bro. You know what people want and what people don't want. You already know that. You was with him for a decade. For 10
he was
years.
supposedly being groomed to be the next Kevin Feige.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the Kevin Feige if he didn't get fired in 2018. Fuck you, Disney. No disrespect.
Honestly,
no
disrespect. So like he was supposed to take the cosmic side of the MCU, like the cosmic stuff. Yeah, that was gonna happen. But hey, DC gave him the opportunity. Warner Brothers scoop him up. And he did the Suicide Squad, which I didn't like it. To me, it's a 7 out of 10 movie. I did enjoy some stuff. The action scene was amazing and stuff. But, like he knows this. You know how to build cinematic universe because he was there with Kevin Feige. You talk to him every day how to do it. You know what people don't like and what people do.
You planned it with him, technically. Yeah, if he did the cosmic side.
Yeah. So, like, you know what people don't like. You know what to do to build your own version for the DC universe. And stuff. Let directors do what they want. Like James Gunn said in that video, we let them do whatever style they want for their movies, and once we bring it together for the Justice League, I think they're gonna do a Justice League at the end of Chapter 1 of DC. I'm a God of Monsters. I think they're gonna do a Justice League movie. So yeah.
Also make a universe that's not required to watch. Like Marvel.
Honestly, yes. These movies should have their self-contained stories, and like people should be able to jump on a majority of these movies without having to watch other stuff to understand what's going on.
Now the animated project, like if James Gunn said you have to watch Crucial Commandos to understand them in live action, I was like, okay, bro,
like no, that you're already messing up right there.
Yeah, because I'm already like getting. I'm starting to slip.
Hello, Max.
Wait, what's up, Max? Yeah, I'm starting to slip from the keeping up with with Marvel stuff. I'm mostly keeping up with the movies. I haven't seen Secret Invasion yet.
No, you have to look at Loki. Loki is very important.
I am going to watch Loki.
Loki is the only one you could watch. And
see, I'm going to watch Loki. Other things. Yeah. I'm going to watch Loki.
Oh no, Max! Wait! Max just came on, and I actually have to go. But it was nice talking to you guys, Max. I know. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Perv doesn't
I'm
want to hear
sorry,
more
but
James Gunn.
everyone enjoy Max for me. All right, enjoy to see if
Where
he
you
can.
leaving?
This was a huge James Gunn love fest. I'm glad Max is here to shake things up a little bit. All right.
Oh my god.
So yeah, like
Appreciate you being here, Perv.
Hey, I
Perv,
appreciate
Perv, man.
the stream, and Max, we'll talk later, man. Love that you're back.
Later.
Hope the nap was good.
Oh boy.
But the thing is,
Before
yeah,
we
like,
go any,
the thing
hold on,
is,
guys, hold on.
Blue
Before
Jay.
we go any further, I just want to remind everyone, please like the video if you're enjoying what you're watching, and also if you guys think I'm doing a good job with
Doing a great
hosting the
job.
stream, thank you. I would appreciate also very much if you guys subscribe to my channel right now. Here's my channel. I'm about to show it right now. If it'll pop up,
you're slow as crap.
I am the owl right here. Slow, yeah. I need a new computer, but yeah, there's my channel. If you guys haven't subscribed already, you want to hear more of my takes. This is my channel. Talk about movies and shows and everything nerd and geek culture. Though most of you probably already know who I am at this point, but yeah, this is all my stuff.
Great
So,
job.
yeah, check it out.
I
if
do
you
better
haven't
than me.
already.
Yeah, because you 1 hour and
Thank
10
you.
minutes late.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like
Time for a beer with all this hard work that
so
I've been
like
doing.
from what so what I'm saying, like I just
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is that like I'm hoping that because I'm starting to slip from from keeping up with the Marvel stuff. Like I'm also just watching the movies. I can't watch all the shows, you know. Like I haven't seen Secret Invasion. I am gonna go watch Loki.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I know. I know. I don't have to. I heard
have-
I heard
Invasion
it's,
was
like,
good,
garbage and stuff,
decent.
but Loki.
No, it
season
was
2, I
not.
didn't
It was
definitely
hot
watch.
garbage.
It
Oh,
You
yeah,
have-
yeah, you know the break.
So is
you
it,
have to see some shows for some movies.
Yeah,
Not the
because
upcoming
listen.
ones.
Once the multiverse saga is over, there's only going to be a couple of movies that's going to be important to. Like Deadpool 3 is important to that,
see that's
and
the
and Doctor Strange 3 is going to be important to that. Other
See,
than
that's the
that,
thing, though. When it comes to Marvel, like I'm still gonna watch Marvel no matter what, but like I'm not super ecstatic about them, like as much as
Facts.
I'm kind of used to. Like, so, like, okay, what do we got? So, like, I think the biggest Marvel movie I'm excited for was Deadpool. That's it. I love Deadpool.
if
I
it
love
doesn't get
Deadpool.
delayed,
I
hopefully.
love I know it's gonna get delayed, but I mean, hopefully the strike ends pretty soon. But I love the first two. I'm and you have Hugh Jackman in there. It's gonna be the most. I'm hearing it's gonna be the craziest of the three. So I'm hoping that they can stick the landing, and that's it. Like or Blade, whenever the fuck that movie comes.
If
out.
that movie still
If that,
happens.
That movie
But
is
the thing
like.
is, like, people's like, oh, we getting too many multiverse stuff. It's like, bro, there's only been like 3 multiverse projects, and other projects been a lot of street stuff, like street action hero stuff. So like,
I think it's the fact that the multiverse stuff that we are getting is a mess.
The multiverse stuff, like, which is cool. The multiverse stuff is cool
Anthony,
at first. Like, okay, you got Doctor Strange.
Anthony, not you, Anthony. I'm the one in chat. If you're gonna see Captain, if you're gonna see the Marvels, you have to see Miss Marvel. You kind of have to.
I mean, I love Miss Marvel.
You have to watch Miss Marvel. Yeah, Miss Marvel was fine.
And
That's it. That's the only TV show you have to watch. Yeah.
As someone who doesn't like the majority of the Marvel shows, please watch Miss Marvel. It is actually a really good show.
Hopefully we get a season 2 after the Marvels.
I'm just kind of I'm gonna just watch the movies and that's it because I don't really care for. I mean, I'll change my tune when I see a trailer. So Captain America 4, the Thunderbolts. I'm like, my mind is Deadpool 3. That's that's it. Deadpool's one of my favorite characters. Maybe Black Panther 3. I don't know. The second one was okay.
I'm going.
I don't even think Black Panther 3 has been announced.
Oh, they're gonna make a third.
They have to. They always honor MCU directors when they make 3 movies. Not included Thor because Thor was by a different director.
No, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Iron Man
and Iron Man as well. Yeah.
Well,
and Captain America. Well, no, actually, no.
Shang-Chi too. Yeah.
Well, actually, Joe Russo did Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and
yeah, Russo did. Russo did
Captain America like 4 movies.
Yeah, except the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm mostly like. This sounds like I'm mostly interested in what DC has going on, and this sounds weird to say. I mean, it depends. Kind of what Sony has going on, mostly with their Spider-Verse movies.
Hashtag recast T'Challa. I'm with you, Chill. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, after Wakanda Forever, like I don't really feel
Listen,
excited for Black Panther
I have
3.
to say,
I don't feel excited for Black
all
Panther
I have
3.
to
That's what I
say,
got,
one sequel wars come out, you will get him. That's it. That's it. That's all. Other than that, boom. You know, back to this. Yeah, back to this. Like I agree that you let these directors do their own style, and then once you bring it in at the end of the chapter, whoever's gonna direct the final movie for that, you know, all connected. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Man, where's Fantastic Four and X-Men? That's what I'm looking for.
Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four and the
How many
X-Men.
rumors?
Well, it's supposed to start production next year in January with Superman Legacy with James Gunn.
Fantastic Four news, any X-Men news.
Start production now, or like around this
No,
time.
in 2024 by next to Superman.
Honestly,
Legacy.
any news regarding Fantastic Four or X-Men, I would disregard them in a heartbeat. I just need to see a trailer.
X-Men, no.
I'm so jaded with all this casting news of Adam Driver, Margot Robbie in this. I'm like,
Not true.
Like,
honestly, I'm with you, man.
This should not be. This should
don't
not
know
be
who.
a
They
whole
don't know.
mess.
They don't know. The Scoopers don't know who's Fantastic.
I know, like I know it's just the Scoopers stuff, but like I just want to see it. I just want to see the trailer. I want to see when this. I just want. I keep forgetting when it's coming out. I can't keep track of the release dates upcoming.
I think it's coming out in
2029.
29. Whoa.
25.
I mean, hey, I believe it at this point. But
it'll come. Here's a prediction. So, Fantastic Four will come out in the year 2024.
It's not.
Then,
They scheduled the year after
20,024.
I don't know.
20,000?
When everybody's dead. But
yeah, I don't think the Earth will exist at this point. I don't fucking know.
We'll be the Starfield universe.
It's a star.
I think there already would have been meteors. There already would have been meteors and all that stuff. Like the Earth.
We're gonna have the MCU. The MCU is going to continue the year 20,000. 20,000.
See, 20,000 years later from now. See, 20,000 years from now, we'll be like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
Oh, they said it.
Speaking of that, like this is how you're feeling about these news about X-Men and Fantastic Four. That's honestly how I'm feeling about whenever they announce a Star Wars movie, being like, "I'll believe it when I see it."
Oh,
man.
Right, trust me. Every time, it's like every time, like, oh, they got the.
Ooh, we're gonna do a Rey movie. Oh, we're gonna do the first Jedi movie. Oh, we're doing the Filoni movie. Oh, we're doing a Lando film. I'm like, yeah, right.
The day finale one. The day finale one is happening. He's doing great with Star Wars. He's like the most consistent.
The Rey one was supposed to start filming this year.
That's what I'm saying. I believe it when I see it. The only one I'm close to believing is
happened.
The Filoni movie.
They've been in production all this time.
I don't know who the director
we
is.
don't know about it.
But they were supposed to start going to production, but like Rey is the only one who's been cast. Like Daisy Ridley.
Well, we already know what the Dave movie is going to be about. Like
it's the conclusion of the Mando.
Yeah, the conclusion of the Mandoverse.
Yeah, that's the closest one I believe that will actually happen. But like, and then the Taika Waititi movie. The Taika Waititi movie is apparently still happening. I don't know.
Star Wars Ragnarok.
Who just came out with? They were supposed to do a movie. Star Wars movie.
Sean Levy. Sean Levy was doing
Sean Levy's supposed to do one. Kevin Feige was supposed to produce one.
No, that one been.
So almost everybody from Marvel who's done directed from.
Can we get Michael Bay to direct Star Wars?
Why do you want Michael Bay? Why do you want Michael Bay?
He said that just to get you started.
See, at this point, any director, any big name director, you come and do a Star Wars movie is never going to happen. It'll be like one of the craziest. Okay, you can't get Kevin Feige, Taika Waititi, Sean Levy to get them to do the movies. What if you get like some of the more low tier directors like Tim Story to do a Star Wars?
No. I will not watch that movie. Never. Screw Tim Story. I hate him.
Tyler Perry.
No. Even more, no. Even though he wasn't a Star Trek movie, but no.
Blue Jay's just trying to get you started.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's getting
no.
all
There
riled
is a Star Wars movie that is coming out this year that I'm very excited about. Zack Snyder's directing. It's called Rebel Moon. But anyway,
Oh,
we could get
It's mixed with a lot of movies like Aliens, like a little bit of Star Wars, a little bit, everything. It's everything. It's everything.
we can get Baz Luhrmann do a Star Wars movie.
Baz
Oh,
Luhrmann. What?
I have not heard that name in a long time. Holy
What?
shit.
I mean, dude, come on, like, dude, bro, have you seen the Elvis movie? Like, he liked to put like modern music and stuff like in the Elvis movie. He got Doja Cat in there, Eminem in the soundtrack and stuff.
Which again, I'm asking, why would you want him to do a Star Wars movie?
I don't know, like maybe we can get
Hey, let's call up Patty Jenkins again to do Rogue Squadron. Let's do that.
no.
No.
Oh no. We could get I got an idea for our for Baz Luhrmann Star Wars for the music. We would get Metro Boomin to do the soundtrack.
They're just gonna get Taylor Swift.
Did you calculate that response because of your profile? Did you calculate that?
Yeah. They're just gonna get Taylor Swift to do soundtracks for Star Wars. Just watch.
Taylor Swift.
Even better. Playboy Cardi.
This is why fans don't write anything.
Yeah, this is right. This is why we're here and not there.
Hey, yo, Vader, want to come out here? No.
Yeah, but I mean, Max, what do you think about David Goyer saying about?
Oh yeah, let's hear. What do you think about David Goyer's thoughts on BBS?
What did he say?
He said pretty much. Oh my God, he has not been watching. But apparently, David Goyer.
He was knocked the hell out. That's what he said.
David Goyer said that he thought it was a mistake for them to rush into a Batman v Superman movie after Man.
Well, he's not bashing Zach. He's saying now I remember. I heard the article. I read it earlier, I think, or someone else is covering it. But he was basically saying that the leadership at WB's changes so much, they changed their mind so much, and all they were saying is we want a MCU, and it was hard to keep track of all the demands and what they were wanting and rushing into it. So I don't think he was being negative towards what they actually did. It's just they rushed into it.
Oh, Joe.
Goyer's a talentless. Oh my God, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Joe
had Dark Knight Trilogy talented.
Remember, Joe likes Justice League. Let's just keep that in mind.
We can get Joss Whedon to direct a Star
Wars. Honestly, that one I'm not mad at.
William, you want to come on, William? Like, if you're not busy, I mean, he's.
Wait.
What's
up?
William says
Goyer
is wrong. You're gonna get William
hold
on.
Hold on a minute, William, because I remember you.
Should I send William the link?
You can, if he wants to come
on.
But like, I think he even agreed with me that BVS had no chance of like making the $1 billion mark.
It wasn't never.
And then I don't know. I forgot what he actually felt about them doing a BVS.
Well, actually, I did say that if they would have released the Ultimate Cut, would have got an extra $100 million. Yeah, I did say that.
It probably would have gotten just an extra $100 million, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but not $1 billion.
1 and 3 and not 2.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you ain't saying Blade. Wait a minute,
Okay, Joe, relax.
Blade 2. What about Blade 2, man? Wait a minute.
It's because Del Toro directed
it.
Blade 2, yeah. Like, come on, bro.
He doesn't like Del Toro?
You're saying Goyer did a better job directing Trinity than Del Toro did with 2.
That is weird. Holy shit.
Do you want David Goyer to do a Star Wars movie, Joe?
He did.
He can write one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, he did. Well, yeah. He
I don't think he wrote a Star Wars movie.
He said he said unproduced, like he never.
Blade 2 was terrible.
What the heck is this take? What is this garbage take? What is this? No, man. No, bro. No.
Blade 3 was better than Blade 2?
He said Blade 3 was better than Blade 2.
What else would say Blade 3?
With the vampire.
But you know what's crazy? That David Goyer say that Blade 3, what did he say to that about it?
Keep Goyer away from Star
He said Blade 3 was the worst experience of my professional career.
Well, Wesley was being a total douche.
He was.
Yeah.
Kelly, what are you doing?
But yeah, you like the third one with the vampire Pomeranians. Okay.
Making a mess.
Yeah, the one with the radioactive Sharpay.
Ooh. That Blade 2 was perfectly directed, man.
Alex Kurtzman.
Yeah, perp right here. Facts. Blade 2's House of Pain scene was better than anything in 3. Yes, 100%.
I barely remember Trinity. I barely remember.
I don't remember that movie.
I love Joe. The funny thing is like when someone's opposite saying something he likes is horrible and trash, he's like, these people are being toxic. But he's like,
bro,
attack!
I gotta put together like, man.
Oh my God.
I love you, Joe. He's one of my favorite
dude. DL,
yeah,
I gotta
Parker
put
Posey
you...
was putting in work in them.
I mean, Joe has
like,
Joe could come in anytime. So
no, I know. I just love it because he's like, because if there's like saying about, I don't know, something that he loves that he's like they're a talentless hack. They've never done anything good.
Yeah,
I gotta get DL. I gotta get you and Joe in the stream so I can pull up a movie. And then you two just debate each other. Like, okay, you hate this movie. Joe loves this movie.
Well,
it'll be a whole
honestly, I would
Joe, what other Guillermo del Toro movies aren't you a fan of? Because do you not like Guillermo del Toro?
Oh my God! If he says something about Hellboy,
no, Hellboy 1 and 2 are amazing. No debate.
Yeah. Do you like Hellboy 1 and 2? Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
I wish we get a sequel to that, man.
Where we did get a sequel.
Where?
I'm curious what his Hobbit movies would have been like.
I think it would have been better than what we got. But yeah, I would love to do a show with Joe with us just debating.
Oh my God, it'll be like
it'll be gold.
I'll put a movie that you don't like. DL, and then I put a movie that he loves.
Hey, what's up, William?
Hey, William.
What's up, William?
So now that you're here, I don't remember.
Is that Sprite?
It was all like, Sprite.
He says that's Sprite.
Oh, man, it look like Sprite.
Anyway, yeah, I know.
Same company.
But anyway, William, I don't remember.
It is actually.
I remember we talked about this like a long time ago, but I kind of forgot your stance on it. Like, you saw Goyer's comments on BVS saying that like it was a mistake for them to do it after Man of Steel. How do you overall feel about that stance?
And that part of his statement, he's wrong, because it's common to think that, and he has a right to his opinion. He's a director. He's in the industry, but it goes back to the fact that us fanboys at that time lacked the capacity to see things any other way than what we first saw with Marvel. We just weren't bright enough to appreciate that there may have been another way of building foundations to a story. I don't need 5-10 Superman movies to get to the point where I'm going to be to begin with. When you're DC, you tell stories the DC way. When you're doing Marvel, you tell it the Marvel way. There are two distinct genesis to the way they start their storylines off. Marvel did what was right for them. They did what they could with the characters that were available to them. They decided they were going to tell an Avengers origin story. Once they made that decision, there was no guesswork to it. You started with the Avengers characters that you had at that time. That were available to you, with a few exceptions, with Black Widow switching out for Wasp and all that. But for the most part, the core of your beginnings of your first 5 issues of Avengers are in the way that they built it up, and then they went with the Infinity side. That was right for them. That was right for them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that was right for what Snyder was doing in the first couple of movies. BVS was part of his arc. Batman in the formation of the Justice League was the story he was telling. And when you're DC and you've been around literally before there was even a thought of Marvel as a collective company, DC had been doing this for 20 years. So you don't need to do things that way. Justice League, 63% of all DC characters either came from a Trinity book or a Justice League book. You go along your shelf, any of your comic book stores, that's where those characters come from. So that is the basis, if you wanted to, and you should, that you are going to start your universe in. Your stories are told through the lens of that, because that is the identity of your company. That is not the same for Marvel, and vice versa. So I don't agree with people saying, well, there should have been a Man 2, 3, 5, 10. You didn't need to do that. Tell the story you were going to tell. And if it included the formation of the Justice League, that's your story. That is your building of Superman. Every time you see Superman on the screen, that is your development of that character. Same thing with Batman. Now, where they fucked it up was not following through. I can agree with people there, because we look at it in hindsight now, because they screwed it up, because you didn't get to finish the original arc and swing back to the single characters like he intended to do. You're looking at an incomplete project. So it's not real fair to really, to judge those movies when the originator of those stories never got a chance to fulfill what he was going to do with it. It's an incomplete story that got picked up by people who weren't as talented to try to pick up and go in a different direction. So now when we look at those movies, what if now after the original Darkseid arc was done and he would have handed it off and you would have gotten your Man of Steel 2, you would have gotten your proper Wonder Woman 2 and all that other stuff that, and an Aquaman that wasn't 5 years and, in between the original one. If you would have gotten things the way that they were originally planned out, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because all the character development would have been done. So no, I don't agree with them at all there.
Okay, well, I do agree with you. Like, I did not expect them to do the exact same format that Marvel is doing. I don't need to see individual films for every character.
Oh no, not 10 or 20 years.
However, I talked about this before, and you know how much I love Man of Steel. I think it's great. However, we cannot get over the fact that that was a very divisive movie. People were very split on Henry Cavill's Superman, and it's like, I feel like it would have served his character better if they got at least one more movie for people to get used to his version of Superman before we started throwing all this other stuff and a new Batman.
You can't acquiesce to pussies, though. You have to tell your story. You have to have enough confidence in your story. It's just because something's divisive, pick a side. If you either put on the grown man drawers and make a decision and go forward with it, or you keep the diapers on and you stay down in the mailroom. These guys are at the top. These guys are the CEOs. These guys are the directors, the creators, producers. You do not have the option to be a pussy when you're doing this. You are never going to make a DC character that's been around for 80 years without divisiveness. It is not going to happen. And if you can't deal with that as a creator, then you need to get the hell out of the chair and let someone else who doesn't give a fuck get in. The fact that Man of Steel was divisive, so what? Pick a side. And what they didn't do is pick the side that was making them money. You listen to the dumb, 71% drop after BVS. Like I said, I guarantee you there are jobs being lost now in the last 5 years because they never matched that again for the most part. With the exclusion of characters that came from that genesis that Snyder created, the two most successful movies since he helmed them for the most part were Wonder Woman and Aquaman. There is no who cast Aquaman? Who took the risk to cast Aquaman when everybody else was saying he's a blue-eyed guy with a crew cut? That was Zack Snyder. Who cast Gal Gadot when everybody's saying, no, she's too skinny? That was Zack. So even the movies that he wasn't directly directing. So when you go beyond those movies, that's where you start seeing the mistakes. And so like I said, who cares? Divisiveness, who cares? Tell your story. You either have the confidence to tell your story, or you need to be doing another job. There's plenty of talented people that have balls, or have the intestinal fortitude to stick with it. Kevin Feige was one of them. You didn't see there was a lot of Marvel fanboy whining at the time. He just wasn't listening to it. He knew what his story was going to be. He had his mindset on what he was going to do, and he made minor adjustments. He didn't. At no point in time did he ever entertain a wholesale turnover of his project just because some grown ass men wearing superhero shirts like me shit in their pants. At no point in time was that ever part of his decision making. He kept forward, and look what he got. I don't agree with the decisions that they made content wise. Half the Marvel movies were a waste of my time, but the business model in the psyche in which he approached it, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. This is my plan. I plan this out. I'm sticking to it. If I run up against something, I will make minor adjustments. I'm not doing a wholesale upheaval. Why? Because once you blink, everybody watching your projects is like, you know what? If the guy doing it doesn't have any faith in it, why should I shell my money out? And he never made that mistake. Feige never made that mistake. And that's the difference between the two. We get to see Marvel as a complete project because they followed through. We're looking and making judgments of an incomplete project in DC because they didn't. That's the difference. Not in the structure that he started with. I think the first 3 movies were the first 3 movies that should have happened. It's because we're looking at those in a vacuum because we never got everything else. That's your problem. You're looking at an incomplete project or product versus a completely fully developed one. So that's where I disagree with Goyer. And anybody else who brings that up, I mean, everybody's got a right to their opinion. But like I said, I think that over and over again, and to the detriment of DC, people have failed to look at DC and appreciate the aspects that make DC what it is. You cannot look at DC through Marvel lens. There's 2 distinct things. To the genesis of everything that sprouted from. If you look back to the origin of DC Comics versus the origin of Marvel Comics, you'll see the errors that they came up with are largely tied to the stories that they tell now, even 60, 70 years later. When DC came out, crime, all kind of open warfare on the streets, World War II, Holocaust, all kinds of dark stuff was going on then. And those characters were born of those creators that made that. When Marvel came around, we were in that window. We could call it the window of color because it was before the civil rights era hit the screen and the whole nation would see it. It was before Vietnam hit the screen. It was before the Kennedy assassination when we still trusted government and everything else. After World War II, you had that window from 1961 to about 1963 where you didn't have the kind of stuff that was affecting DC stories 20 years further. Now, if you notice, Marvel stories changed. As more stuff hit the news in the news wave, Stan Lee worked in stuff that he wanted to always work in.
X-Men was dark.
You got to see Black Panther. You got to see Luke Cage. You got to see all these things. But it had to happen in that society. They come from 2 different societies. Really, the only comparison is that they're comic book companies, really. And that's where those comparisons should really end.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying with that. Definitely, all that makes sense. And I do think after seeing the Snyder Cut and where the direction was going to go, and people starting to warm up more to Snyder's vision after the Snyder Cut, I think if they did finish with 2 and 3, we probably would have had more people appreciate what he was going for. But yeah, it's just hard to tell at that point when BVS was like one of the most hated movies out there. So it's like you couldn't help but go back and think like should they have tried to course correct in a certain, well, not completely course correct, but like maybe try to try to fix the foundation from the start. But I don't know.
Well, listen, you know what the problem is you run right back into the same wall. Who are we listening to? We're listening to people that are sitting behind a keyboard, most of whom, trust me, were never going to go see this movie in the theaters to begin with. Most of them had already pulled their pants and were ready to shit on whatever was coming down the pipe before it even came out. I remember we were promoting these movies and we were hearing the same bullshit that we heard during its run before BVS was even out. I heard bullshit. Before Justice League was starting all the stuff that they would go through, we were hearing the bullshit. So it wasn't like, if you're a CEO, you're not me. You're not anybody on this screen. We can say dumb shit and do dumb shit, and it's not going to have any consequences. When you're controlling hundreds of millions of dollars, why are you listening to a fanboy, who has no stake in that game? Why are you course correcting the people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about for the most part? You are the producer. You are the studio head.
Is it just the fanboys though, or is it the casual movie-going audience as well? Because
the casual movie-going audience wasn't. Well, the casual movie-going audience shelled out $871 million. The casual moviegoer made Man of Steel $678 million. How many other What did the last Superman movie make?
What, Superman Returns? Like around 500 million?
So
around...
so the casual fan spoke. That's who should have been listened to. It's the other guys that really spoke louder. Casual fan came, paid his money, saw it, and does what everybody else who consumes a product they like. They don't feel the need to always protest it and put up a sign saying, "Wow, look at this! I saw this, so you better like it too." Most people in general like what they like and they move on. And they speak with their dollars, because these movies right now, these movies aren't failing because of us. Blue Beetle's not making all these movies and stuff that are bombing or are going to bomb. It's not us. It's the casual fans been turned off. That's who you should be listening to. They're speaking with their dollars, but here's the thing: they spoke with their dollars then, and they didn't listen to them.
I mean, Blue Beetle's coming out on digital soon, so and it made 120. That movie was supposed to be an HBO movie, HBO Max movie. They're decent at the box office.
I mean, hopefully they'll find the audience when it gets to digital. Okay, Joe, so we haven't heard your thoughts. What did you think about Goyer's comments about BVS being a mistake for them to make after Man of Steel?
Well, Goyer's an idiot. I mean,
oh my God.
I mean, Goyer. I mean, I'll give Goyer some credit. He did a good run on Justice Society when he wrote the comics. Like, his run on Justice Society was good. A couple of his Blade movies were good. But if you look at his resume, this guy's a shit writer. This guy wrote the Nick Fury movie that starred David Hasselhoff. Like, I mean, this guy's he's written some real garbage. Like, I mean, this guy he's not a great
William
writer.
loved that movie now.
Man of Steel is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
And I blame that. I blame that on Goyer. I blame that on Goyer. And I don't even blame Snyder. I don't even blame Snyder for Man of Steel. He was a hired hand. Hired hand. Nolan and Goyer came up with that script for Man of Shit on the set of the Dark Knight shits, because that movie where we suddenly find out a guy's Robin in the last scene, that's a load of bullshit too. Thanks, David Goyer. He wrote that garbage as well. But
you play Robin.
What do you call it? He writes this god awful Superman movie, and then they're like, they hired Zack Snyder was a hired hand. They brought him in and said, shoot this piece of crap. That was a locked script, so that's not even Snyder's responsibility.
Oh my God!
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't listen to anything that guy's got to say.
Okay, but so to separate your hatred from Goyer, I don't
hate him personally. I hate his work.
I mean his work.
He might be a real nice guy.
Right. Exactly. Like separating his work.
William's like, where am I with that take? He's like, I gotta go.
No, I only came in to answer Dial's question.
I
really only came in to answer
just
Dial's
kidding.
question.
I'm just kidding, William. I'm just kidding.
I appreciate you being here, William.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
David Goyer's the man who decided that I figured out you were Batman because you had sad eyes, and I saw your sad eyes, and I knew you were Batman because I knew that sadness. Go to hell, Goyer.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Oh my.
I gotta contact this, right? I gotta contact Crazy Joe, right? This is studio interference. It's always been studio interference since after Man of Steel.
Is it the same kind of studio interference that ruined Spider-Man 3? Because that wasn't studio interference. That was Sam Raimi.
Studio interference.
I love Sam Raimi.
No, that was studio interference.
No.
Actually, to be fair, though, I think it's a mixture of studio interference and Sam Raimi not caring. I think it's a mixture of both.
Oh,
The
no,
studio-
you
I
think, Joe, look what you did.
I think he stopped caring when studio got involved.
I'm a hardcore Sam Raimi fan. I love Sam Raimi.
God, you did. What you did, Joe?
Oh, you set him off.
I love Sam Raimi, but I always hear people making excuses for him and saying, "Oh, well, the studio ruined Spider-Man 3." No, the studio insisted he had to put Venom in it. That's what the studio insisted.
Because Venom is not good.
And the worst things in that movie were not Venom. They were Amnesia. What's his name?
Harry.
Yeah, Amnesia Harry, Exposition Butler, who knew what was going on the whole time, but chose to keep his mouth shut until the very end.
I think he did not give a damn once the studio told him you had to put Venom in. Okay, I'm not gonna make a bad movie.
Bro, nobody give a fuck.
I'm going to trash it. I'm going to make it.
I do agree.
I'm gonna get paid, right?
Listen, I don't like Toby Spider-Man, no disrespect, but I'm joking.
Oh, dude, come on now! You're already fired.
Okay, but like that, he does not care about Venom. Venom was not a character that nobody wanted. He didn't want that character in live action. No,
you knew who hated
he hates
Venom,
bro.
The creator of Venom. Todd
Yeah,
hated that
even
Venom.
Todd McFarlane tell that the Spider-Man 3 was how the dookie. Yeah, like
he
come
hated
on, bro.
that Venom with a passion.
But this is different compared to Spider-Man 3 because WB like to interfere with things, right? We've seen it in the past. Like, you know, the whole Superman Returns situation, right? There was going to be a sequel to it. But because WB interfered, you know, they wanted to make their own universe. So they were like, okay, well, scrap the whole.
Well, that has nothing to do with WB interfering. That was the 08 writer's strike. That movie was ready to start gearing up. They had a script and everything. The writer's strike.
They were planning universe before Marvel. They were planning universe before Marvel.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, we could blame WB, or we could look at the guy's resume and say this guy wrote the Nick Fury movie with David Hasselhoff, and this guy. Wait, I got it in front of me. Hang on a second. David S. Goyer, he gave us Demonic Toys. He gave us Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys. He gave us The Crow City of Angels. That's a piece of shit. He gave us occasionally he gets something good in here. Dark City was good. He's got Dark City. But, I mean, look, Zigzag. That's a garbage movie. This guy occasionally, every now and then, he gets something good in there, like Batman Begins or the Blade movies. Jumper, come on. This guy. He does not have a good track record.
Oh gosh. Yes. Okay. Well, anyway, putting his work aside, though, like judging like the movies we got, Man of Steel to BVS, and then what we ended up getting, did you think it was a mistake for them to do BVS right after Man of Steel?
No, I think it was a Hail Mary pass. I think it was a Hail Mary pass because I remember when Man of Steel came out, everyone hated it. And I kept hearing people telling me, oh, they got to reboot. They got to reboot. That was garbage. And I kept saying, I agree, it was garbage. But I don't think they should reboot. I think it's fixable. I think you go in, you have a better script next time. You can fix this. But so many people were screaming for them. I mean, I think it was a Hail Mary pass to save that universe. And I think it's a better movie.
Calm down, please.
I think it's a better movie than Man of Steel.
Yeah, Kasali, please calm yourself.
Just like the good old days.
We're not even talking about Spider-Man right now. It's not even our main topic right now.
But
I know Kasali loves Tobey Maguire, but is he actually pretending Spider-Man 3 is good?
Don't add fuel to the fire, Joe.
Don't put gasoline.
I'll give you this. Spider-Man 3, I thought was a terrible movie until I saw Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then suddenly I said, hey, Spider-Man 3 doesn't look that bad now.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, Teladia, what did you think about David Goyer's thoughts? About BVS?
Like, I understand what David Goyer is saying because I agree with David Goyer in them rushing out the film because Zack had a plan. Like, he wasn't going to do BVS. He was going to do Man of Steel 2. But because the studio said to Zack Snyder, no, we want to do, Batman and Wonder Woman, get them in the film. So they rushed things. Obviously, it ended up being BVS, right? And then we got what we got, right? And I say to this day that BVS basically crammed 2 books into 1 film, right? They could have still done a Man of Steel. They could have done Man of Steel 2, and it would have worked out in their favor. It would have been far better off them doing Man of Steel 2, then do a Batman film, then do BVS. That leads into, the whole thing we got with Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. Then you can do the Wonder Woman. Then you can do Justice League, right? That's the way I would do it, right? And furthermore, it's
that's exactly
far
what you did, though. Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2.
I mean, yeah. But like I said, I think it would have been a good idea because people were divided on.
They should have stuck with the George Miller plan.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I think they should have done. George Miller was going to put out his Justice League movie.
This is not Warner Brothers Zack Snyder's fault. This is the MCU's fault. You know why? Because they conditioned everybody with a successful universe. Even at the time, it was being successful, even though it was still in its early stages. It was still really early, and it was succeeding. I blame the MCU and Disney because Warner Brothers decided, you know what, it's working. That strategy is working. You know what? Let's try it. And they told Zach to do BVS because of that. That's what the reason is. So let's blame the MCU for whatever it is.
Yeah, they rushed it, and now look what we're getting, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And
without a real plan, because MCU had a plan.
I don't think they rushed anything.
No,
I don't think they rushed it. No, I don't think so. A Batman v Superman, there's nothing wrong with that. That's something that could have been done 20, 30 years ago. We could have done that. I don't think that's rushing. If anything, they waited too long to put Batman and Superman in a movie together. You could have had Christopher Reeve and Michael Keaton in a movie together 30 years ago. They didn't rush anything. They just did a shitty job of it. That's
Superman. Batman be that Superman.
But I'm sorry, Chris, I have to disagree with you there because, here's the thing, right? Like if they fleshed out the characters, give them their own solo film before doing the team up film, which is BVS Dawn of Justice, it would have been made far more better sense.
But you don't need solo films. I mean, you can have them, but you don't need them. The example John Campea once used that was a good example was he said, we saw Star Wars, and they introduced us to Han and Luke and Leia. They didn't do the Han origin story and the Leia origin story and then bring them together. And to make it more comic booky, we could say Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the same thing. They just introduced us to all these characters in one movie. It goes back to, remember Batman and Robin came out. Nobody liked Batman and Robin. Spider-Man 3 came out. No one liked Spider-Man 3. Mm-hmm. And then people started saying when you had more than one villain in a movie, you can't put more than one villain in a movie. Don't you remember Batman and Robin? Don't you remember Spider-Man 3? And it's like, no. Those are movies that did it badly. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you have to do it well. It's like for years people were saying, you can't have a superhero movie about a woman. They tried that with Supergirl and it was garbage. And it's like, yeah, because the movie was garbage, not because you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, you can see that for the whole 2000s with the female heroine.
Can anyone tell me a comic movie that worked where it had multiple villains in it?
Marvel movie?
Any movie, any comic movie in general. Like
the comic movie, Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Besides the
Joker and Two-Face, and you could add in some of the Mafia guys, I guess.
I wouldn't say besides the Dark Knight, right? Let's get Dark Knight out the way. Right?
Yeah, because of course we're gonna say the Dark Knight first, but like anything else.
Give an example of something that works, but not this example.
Returns.
Okay, but like if that's the only one that works, does that mean that that really works?
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns is a good example because
that's a good example.
That's a good example because that had two to three villains in there anyway. You had Max Schreck, you had Catwoman, and then you had the Penguin. Right?
Even though I don't like Batman Returns, having multiple villains was not the problem at all. It was not the problem.
It was the timing of the film and for the decade of that time. Because
what Marvel movies had two
multiple
villains that was successful. I can't think of any.
I don't.
Aquaman gave us.
That's a Marvel.
And,
we are talking about comic movies in general, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't know any Marvel movies.
Yeah, Aquaman did it well.
Aquaman was good. Yeah.
Aquaman,
Spider-Man: No Way Home had a bunch of Spider-Man villains in it.
Yeah.
That was 20. That was celebrating.
Yeah, unfortunately, they kind of made Shocker look really, really bad.
That was 20 years of slow pace.
I forgot Max was here until he came back on camera.
I forgot I was here too. I'm just chilling.
But
I'm taking a back seat, getting the popcorn, enjoying the
Morbius. No,
I'm glad you're enjoying me doing your job. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I do enjoy that.
I'm kidding. I hope I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
But anyway, I also would have been interested in seeing if they started a DC universe with George Miller's Justice League Immortal, I think I would have been interested in seeing how that would have went, because that is definitely going the exact opposite of what the Marvel formula is. And to Joe's point, like, there are other examples where they introduce multiple superheroes in one movie without having standalone movies before then. It works fine. So I guess we're just thinking about how big these characters are. So it's like, would it be a disservice for them to introduce like a huge character like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and all these other Justice League characters in this movie without properly developing them because they have so much backstory or whatever? Like, do you have to give the audience a reason why these superheroes would work together? Or like, are you already going to say that they're already a team at the start of the film? Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm thinking about, would the casuals be able to follow everything? Because we do have to somewhat cater to the general movie going audience as well, while also being, something that the fans would like as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But
mind you, right? When Henry Cavill became popular, it was soon after I wouldn't say Man of Steel, but I would say just post BVS, right? And and the way I see it is, if I was in Warner Brothers' shoes right now, I would be like, okay, give the fans what they want. Don't go backtracking and say, look, hey, well, you guys wanted for example, saying to the fans one thing and the next minute you do something else. It's kind of like backpedaling on something. Like, Henry Cavill made like a public statement and everything, and then next thing you know, he's not the character. It's like,
but do the fans want him? I mean, I haven't seen any evidence of that. I've seen no evidence of that. I mean, his movies haven't done well. His movies haven't done well. They haven't supported his movies at the box office.
Who?
I have.
What was the last movie in the box office in the movie theater?
To be fair, he's been working on The Witcher the last,
Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
And his next movie is his next movie a streaming
his next
movie?
movie is with Guy Ritchie, and
Matthew Vaughn.
Matthew Vaughn.
That's what I keep saying. He's a TV star. He hasn't proven himself as a leading man in a movie yet. His biggest success in a movie has probably been Mission Impossible, and he was a supporting player.
Yeah.
But he was amazing with that, though. He was amazing.
Yeah, he was good. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying there's a lot of good actors out there that the public don't go out and support at the box office.
Well, you could also say the same thing. You could also say the same thing to the new Superman, David. Coulson.
Well, I think I have a theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but for years they were having trouble getting a contract with Henry Cavill. They wanted him to make cameos in Shazam. They couldn't make things work. I think part of the problem is, I think his agency was asking for too much money. And I think they were looking at the bottom line and saying, the box office hasn't shown us that he's worth that. I think that's what the holdup was. I think Warner Brothers wanted him, but they didn't want to pay what they were asking for. I think that's what the issue was. I think if Henry Cavill really wanted to stay Superman, I think he should have done it for a pay cut. He should have taken a pay cut, come in, proved himself, and then as soon as he has a box office success, say,
no actor would take
no actor. I think
no actor
they
would
walk
do that
away in a
except one that
heartbeat.
wants
They
to
would
work.
walk away in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no actor. You will never see an actor in Hollywood take a pay cut.
Yeah,
No,
you
it
would never
happens.
see. No,
It
you would
happens.
never see. You will never see it.
Whoopi Goldberg did Star Trek for scale because she just wanted to be on Star Trek.
But she's
She's a one of a kind, though. Like that.
she's a one of a kind, though. That's not really a thing, Joe.
Well, it's not fair based on what's happened in the MCU and comparable talent at the time. They're getting raised.
Yeah.
And they're getting producer credit. They're getting all kinds of things, like with like, say, Robert Downey and other. Now some might say he's not as good as Robert Downey, but that's what was happening.
Robert Downey's movies were making money, though. That's the difference.
I mean, not outside the MCU.
Outside the MCU.
Oppenheimer's not really his movie, but I guess.
Well, Oppenheimer, it's not.
But that's what it was. That's what was happening at the industry at the time. So I don't think it was unfair for him to ask for that stuff.
This is why we're in an actor strike, ladies and gentlemen. But But I do think Joe.
Right.
I think Joe is correct with that, though. Unfortunately, because I do think after him playing Superman for both movies, I think his agency and probably himself to an extent got a little bit of an ego, being like, I played Superman, so it's like I deserve this. I deserve this amount of money for all this other stuff because I'm starting. He thinks he was coming up.
He likes to have a lot of control.
But here's the thing, DL. After the thing that happened with Justice League, I don't blame him for doing this, because if you think about it, WB screwed over the full cast of Justice League, reshot everything, right? Majority of the film.
Henry Cavill likes the Joss Whedon cut better.
Oh, he said he likes both. He's just contradicting himself.
Oh,
he's playing both sides.
He always does that.
I mean, the Whedon cut depicts Superman better. Like that's a better Superman.
What the
everybody's there.
The fake mustache or the CGI'd mustache though?
The CGI lips.
Yeah. The opening scene in Justice League where the kids interview him on the cell phone.
Yeah, I get it.
That's like the greatest scene he ever played.
Also, that was Billy Baston, but it was not obviously a young Billy Baston.
I've heard theories it was Freddie Freeman.
Oh, Freddie Freeman, yeah.
Because Freddie's superhero obsessed. I mean, they never confirmed that, but I've heard people speculate it might have been.
Yeah, he's probably TGH.
Here's what I think, right? I'm saying this now. I don't think James Gunn's Superman film will get filmed, right, until probably late 2024, right? I'm putting it out there now because
I'm gonna disagree with you, because if the writers get a deal done, which I think they will, I don't think it's getting done tonight, but I think they will in the next couple weeks.
They say there's an update today. There's an update. They will meet again on Tuesday to end.
See, they say that every day. There's progress.
They want to go into. They want to go into. They want to go into the fourth quarter fresh. I'm sure.
Yeah, they want to go.
I mean,
everyone panicked. We're like, oh, we're really going into next year, and then like, oh, no, let's try to get this done.
You know what's happening? They met for like 30 to 40 hours in 3 days, and they still can't get a deal done. Come on.
Them meeting at all is progress, because before then we heard people fighting and like arguing. So like that's better.
But then today they say we're gonna meet them tomorrow than Sunday. And another person said, well, my sources told me that they're gonna meet Tuesday again.
They don't meet on the weekends. They're not negotiating on weekends.
They're not gonna deal on the weekend. They're probably gonna meet on Tuesday.
I'm saying this: if the writers get a deal done, don't be surprised in the next few weeks or maybe to a month that actors get a deal done, because they need them more than the writers. They need the actors more than the writers.
Yeah, and also they need the actors as well after this deal is over.
Yeah, we still got to resolve the actors strike.
Yeah. So I think it's also done.
And also, it does affect the video game industry. I already know that for a fact. Right, the video game industry is hit hard with the strikes. So, if anything, if we don't get anything by March, because that's the likely scenario, right? It is very likely this could end up being up to March.
That's bad. That's really
bad. That's the way things are going.
I really think they're gonna get it done. At least the writers.
They're gonna get it done as soon
as possible. But the thing has always been reports through the past 3 days. Oh, a deal's basically done. I'm like,
and they might want the writers' strike resolved because it's longer before the actors, so they can start writing the stuff that the actors come next.
Max, you have to remember, every time these articles come out, they say, "Oh, it's progress being made." Momentum. It's all one-sided, though.
And also, they have to. I think they have to vote on it. I believe so.
They do. They have to, but it's all one side. It's all from
Aaron, the numbers came out where people are actually more of the streaming companies are actually losing subscribers. So that's why I think
they have to.
That's because of money.
And also, like,
I mean, that's what's getting them to the table. I think.
Well,
they're putting ads.
My problem is there's too many streaming services.
Did you hear they're putting ad stuff on Prime Video as well? Why are you putting ad stuff on Prime?
That's an amazing shirt, Joe. Amazing.
It's too much streaming services.
Amazon, you are $1 trillion. You are a $1 billion company.
Yes,
Disney Plus, Apple, Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount, a bunch of others. You know how much money that is?
And like Amazon, like this is not even your main source of income. You ship,
Yeah,
you do shipping
they're
and all that
billions.
stuff.
Yeah,
Why are you putting
everyone
ads
says
on your
Amazon? Yeah, your main source of income is deliveries.
bro, I feel like they make so
You don't
much
even
money.
have that much content other than The Boys and Invincible and a couple of movies that
And the
not a
spin-off
lot of
that's
people
coming out
watch.
this month.
Cobra
Yeah.
Kai.
Oh,
as
I don't
well.
know. They got a lot on
Cobra
Amazon.
Kai's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, and they don't even. Well, they have the Spider-Man
It's like
spin-offs.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, whoever, and the Apple CEO, they're not even at the meetings. It's like
That's
Netflix,
interesting.
Disney. It's like who?
Apple definitely has no reason to do ad stuff. They are a $1 trillion company. They
No,
do not
yeah,
No,
that's,
Apple
the
doesn't.
CEO's not even at the meeting. The CEO of
They're
Apple's
not
not even at the
because
meetings.
they're gonna get this. He doesn't. Bro, they literally announced. They literally got the new phone came
I
out
think
today.
gonna sell Disney to Apple.
Yeah,
It's
you got a
competitive.
comment.
What's the comment? Oh, oh yeah, I watched John Campea earlier today, so I'm kind of his topics, but I thought they were interesting topics.
Like they have like this writer strike. They've been talking for 3 days straight. The main progress, at least they're all the CEO.
No,
So,
we ain't doing mailbag. This is my show.
Max could do mailbag.
I'll do mailbag later, CGH.
Yeah, if he wants to do mailbag, he can.
I'm annoyed with
on another
myself.
stream.
I'm annoyed with myself. I can blame anyone but myself. It's my fault. But Campea spoiled Expendables 4.
Oh yeah,
He warned. I'm gonna
react to that.
I could have turned it off. I could have turned it off, but I kept watching.
I saw the thumbnail and I was like, I gotta react.
I think you,
I think he's being
DL.
really
I think
hyperbolic. No,
Max. I think
not
you,
first.
DL, and Joe should do a review on Expendables 4.
My initial thoughts are
Campea
is full of it and wants views off that because he's just being like the hate ragers. It's not the worst thing.
Did you
I've
hear he
ever
got
seen.
scammed? Did you hear about the scam going on with Campea, Harloff, and all those people? Did you hear about that?
With the ad
yeah,
stuff?
the ad scam.
I don't know.
He's owned 100,000.
I don't think it was so much a scam as the company went bankrupt and just didn't pay him. But it's still not cool.
No,
not cool.
100 grand per he's owned. He's not getting that money. We know that.
And then there's other people that lost more than that. Like you said, like some of them lost 300 million, some of them lost $1 million, 300,000. I'm sorry, and then some of them lost $1 million. So it's like, yeah, bro, be careful.
I'm sorry, people. You're not gonna see that money again. You can sue them, but you're not getting anything. Like there's no.
Unfortunately, yeah. But that's all I have. I was going to bring up other topics, but we're already 2 hours in, so we could probably save that for another time. But appreciate you guys watching tonight. Be hosting MME. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please go and subscribe to my channel. I'm DL. I talk about movies and shows and everything in nerdy geek culture. I might try this hosting stuff more often. This is fun.
I might try sleeping more.
Oh my gosh!
Cal,
you already
did
slept
do
enough.
a good job. You're trying to ruin this.
You got a thumbs up from me, DL.
Stop barking.
Thank you. All right then.
She's adorable. She's adorable. Full screen her. Let's see. Let's get a good look at her.
Full screen her.
She's like, what the hell is going on?
Horrible.
Oh, she's gonna leave. She's gonna leave, isn't she?
Kelly, your breast smells
look at her.
Oh.
She's adorable.
Oh, and then she's gone. All right, everybody.
She keeps guard at Blockbuster.
She's got to Blockbuster.
Guarding
Eat
Blockbuster.
my tapes if this was real Blockbuster.
Oh my gosh.
So on that note, everybody, we're out.
Everybody, have a good night, and we will see you next time.
Wait, we can't stop till I'm done with my beer.
Oh my gosh, man! I heard it.
Come on, let's see if you can. Oh my god, damn!
I'm drunk before you go to bed.
Chug.
Hey!
Wow, finish it.
Awesome. On that note, Excelsior. See y'all later.